damn podcast.
Hello, Club Culture family.
We was off.
We were. It's been a minute. But we are back. This is episode 121. I got Jonesy with me today.
We're here.
I got my boy Khyle with me today.
I'm here.
And we have our new cameraman in the back, Cortland.
Gordo.
Present.
What the fuck?
The man with the plan.
All right, Cordo, you got some big shoes to fill, man.
Facts, man.
Yeah, I'm anxious.
You got it. So if you haven't realized, we are different. We got different angles. We got
Super
different
different
lighting,
angles.
different positions. We doing everything different starting this season. This is season 7, Defying the Odds. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit, but before we get to the theme of the season.
Weird all.
You will also notice new faces this season. So this first episode 121, I got my boy Khyle. Khyle is a new addition to the pod team, so you will see his face very often. Get used to it.
Yeah, I'm happy to be.
Oh, he is? What you do?
Bring that with you.
What do you mean by that?
What you do for the pod team? What's up?
Oh, I'm here to talk to you.
Oh, okay.
You know,
I just ain't know he was official.
Oh, yeah.
We
I
ain't,
fuck with Khyle.
we ain't do our meeting yet, but you
Oh,
was gonna
okay.
learn that. You was gonna learn that. You gonna learn that.
Yeah,
But
man,
yes,
I fuck with Khyle.
Khyle's a new team member. You'll see him a lot. He's bringing his personality, his knowledge, and intellect. Khyle is studying law, so he is pursuing to be a lawyer. We both went to the same university, graduated from the same university.
Shout out to D.
Shout
Big
out.
D's in this bitch.
All right.
Whoa.
Big
All right.
D's.
All right. If you want to get to know Khyle a little bit, we do have 2 solo guest episodes with him and also a squad one where he came and celebrated Black History Month with us. Yeah. So, go through the Rolodex, go find those episodes to get to know Khyle.
Those not bad episodes either. I
They're
fuck
really
with them.
good.
They're really good.
Yeah, had a great time.
Now, I gotta go ahead and do this debate with you real, Khyle. You are the only one that can, say the piece on what the right answer is.
Okay.
I had a lady, Kamisha, shout out Kamisha, and she said, "Why do I say your name like that?" And I'm like, "What, Khyle?" And she's like, "Yes, it should be Khyle."
Yeah.
And so, what is it? Is it Khyle or is it Khyle?
My mama named me Kyle.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Daddy named him Cassius.
Yeah, but I learned real young that nobody says it like that, But the thing, what do you do with your face when you show your teeth?
Smile.
See, but you don't say it like that most of the time. You tell people to smile.
Yeah, smile.
Got
You
you.
know,
Okay,
smile,
I got
Khyle.
you. Okay. Yeah.
Like that. That's how people say other words that are supposed to sound like that. You're supposed to smile, it's a while, all of that.
Yeah.
Kyle, right? But that's just not how people talk. So it used to bother me a lot when I was little, like preschool. It used to piss me off. I used to be ready to fight. Like, that's not my name.
Yeah.
But I got over it.
Okay.
It's Khyle.
Yeah, Kyle was cool. Kyle comes out a little cooler, Like when people ask me my name and I say Kyle to be Kyle, I'm like, yeah, you're going to make me say it, But
Khyle
I had a
is
guy the other day
cooler.
asked me, he said, like, white Kyle? And I'm like, yeah,
I was just gonna ask, like, do white people say it different than black people?
Yeah,
You
white
They
picked
say
it up?
Kyle.
White, yeah, I'm Kyle to them all day.
Yeah.
You Kyle to the niggas.
Yeah, it definitely is a difference. I could tell how somebody says my name, like, whether or not I'm at home or not.
Do you think it's because of where we from? We don't say car.
It's gotta be. Yeah, I was
say
gonna
car.
say.
Usually people like black people from all over the country usually end up saying it just about the same way.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
So
like
it's a-
why ain't no real vowel? You know what I'm saying? We just kind of like just when it come to why we just
it is a complex vowel. Like,
yeah.
I think it's a black thing. We
Okay.
skip it because
Okay.
I've had white people from all over the country who still call me Kyle. I think
Okay.
it's definitely just how we talk.
Yeah, wise, we don't give a fuck about wise. And then with our direct accent, we don't care about ours. Ours are just, just right there, bro.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, the R's. That's new.
Okay, so my bad, Kamisha. The
Yeah,
debate
Kamisha
is
was
over.
right.
I've
Shout
been
out Kamisha.
fucking it up.
Yeah, but acceptable fuck up. I've accepted that one.
Okay, because it is gonna be hard for me to change to fucking correct myself.
Yeah,
What, you be calling him Kyle?
Kyle,
Yeah, Kyle.
yeah.
but it's Kyle.
You gonna fix that? Like
no,
you gonna start? Oh,
he said I don't have to, so I'm not gonna attempt.
If you did, I'd probably be a little uncomfortable. Like, why are you talking to me like that?
Nigga, are you wired?
Yeah, you know.
And your mama, she says Khyle.
Yeah.
Wow. So
yeah,
is she really black then?
Yeah. You know, there's a lot of evidence. I'm not.
I don't know, OG.
Yeah.
We might have to check your bloodline. Because why did you do that?
Yeah, I don't know. I actually found some black way to spell it. You know, it's not Kyle. She had to throw
the H in there.
You know, yeah. So she had to let you know.
That makes me feel like it should be Khyle.
Right? Like the H. Yeah, no, the H is just silent. It was just aesthetic.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
All right, well, there you got it. There you go. So, again, this is season 7, Defying Odds. And if you are new to the pod, thank you for being here. But basically, every season is 20 episodes. And every season gets a new theme. So this theme, it's called Defying the Odds. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. But for the ones that need a little bit more explaining, this season we will cover a lot of conversations and topics regarding overcoming adversities, obstacles, you know? And so we'll always make sure we tie in our takes with that in mind.
Facts.
And everything don't got to be, like, difficult and shit. Sometimes you just did some extraordinary shit.
Yeah.
You know? So, like, you know, everything don't got to be sad. You know?
Yeah. So we got a lot on the ticket.
A lot's happened.
A lot has happened.
When was our last episode? I missed you, man.
Oh,
I was like, damn, man, fuck my nigga T.O. You was out. You got your sex change surgery and all that shit.
Oh, shit.
See, I was going to troll you with that, but I was like, let me just wait and see. That was going to be my troll.
He was so happy to come upstairs.
You said what?
Seen him. Jonesy was so happy to come upstairs.
Oh, God. I'm like, I miss my nigga, bro.
You know,
I've been having to deal with men for the last however long we've been gone.
I ain't got nothing to do with that.
That is stressful.
I ain't got nothing to do with that. Y'all need to be reminded about y'all kind every once in a while.
I'm too aware. I'm too fucking aware.
Let you know what you missing out on. You know, when you fucking up over here and then now you got to work with them niggas, you realize that you should fuck up less.
See, I fuck with... Change my verbiage. I can deal with niggas. It's y'all ain't finna trip me out. We fuck with niggas too. No, this ain't that.
No. Hey, yo.
It's like it's men.
Another change to the podcast is the way that we drop episodes. So we used to be a weekly pod where you'll get one episode every week on a Friday. And then it turned bi-weekly. It was Tuesdays and Fridays. And now, starting season 7, everything that we drop on YouTube for the freebie, you will get it twice a month. Whenever the hell we all come together and we shoot an episode, turn on those notifications so that you'll always know when we drop. And that's how you'll get your episode. But if you want to become a clubby and you get more content from us, you got to join the Patreon.
So Clubby Sticking is here to stay?
Clubby's a sticking.
Cooking in this motherfucker.
Yeah, so join the Patreon, and that's where you'll get your bonus episodes, exclusive content from us. You all did receive the pilot episode of Club Culture Music. So depending on what other artists that we bring on that platform, some of those might only end up on the Patreon. I ain't gonna say, you know, Beyonce might be coming soon, but she will definitely not be for the free. And we also have Talks with T. That will be coming back, and that will be something that will hold you all freebies down if you don't want to support the pod on the Patreon. That will drop whenever it feels like it too, but it'll be in between the pockets of the 2 episodes y'all get every month.
I'm fucking with it.
All right, cool.
Y'all only get us twice a month for the free.
Yeah, less stress.
So go on and throw that film ball.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and get into the notes, man.
Yeah, where the hoes at?
I don't know, but I know that Kamala Harris, she
don't know where the hoes at either.
She don't know where the hoes at either.
You know what? T don't know where the hoes at either.
I don't know where the hoes at.
Thanks for voting, by the way.
Yeah.
You know, you definitely, you know, you did your civic duty.
Oh.
I'm just mad you put all Democrat on your ticket.
I didn't say that. I said majority of it was Democrat.
Jonesy, did you vote?
Hell yeah, I vote.
Did you vote?
Who did I vote for? Oh,
Yeah.
I'll share this. Kamala. I voted for Ursary for state rep for District 13. If you live in Lake County, we're District 13 for the state rep and like District 3 for something else. I don't fucking know. Just look it up. But I voted for Ursary because Vernon G. Smith don't like the kids. Who else was on there? I voted the judges out. Who's ever in Lake County? They're
I did
like,
majority. I
yeah,
voted them all
get
out.
them the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
What else was on there? It was a bill that was on there too that you voted on.
If it's a department in Congress, and it was just basically asking, do we think they need to have that department there? Because that pretty much like also decides on legislation too. It's something about like another group of people, and if it's necessary for them to still be in place to also have a vote on some shit.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, I voted for Kamala. I don't know why. I play too much, so I ain't gonna say I don't know why. But like, people really believe I voted for Trump. I've never voted for Trump in any election he was in. The first election I wrote in Dr. Dre.
Do they watch the pod that think you vote for Trump?
Yes.
And that's probably why they think you vote for Trump. Because you had a lot of backlash. You had a lot of critiques for her whenever we would talk about her on the pod.
But they wasn't bad. She just didn't run a good campaign.
And we're going to get into
And we're
that.
going to get there, yeah. It was just kind of a weak campaign.
There's a lot of things to critique her about, but I think none of them made her nearly as bad as a candidate as Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Right. And I even said Trump was running weak campaigns. Right. I even said Trump shouldn't have came out of the primary for the Republican.
It's people that don't believe that. They think that he ran a better campaign than she did.
Yeah, no.
I mean, it's a reason, though.
See, man, that's where it's been see, man.
How long do I have to wait before I get to tell people I think they're stupid? Like, do I gotta like
do your
let
shit?
them
that's a good question.
No, do your shit
first. Because, you know, I know that they think he ran a better campaign, but I also think everybody who voted for him is stupid. So, you know, telling me what they think, it can only go there. I think they're stupid. I don't think they did think, most of them, you know.
And that's kind of
almost scared me for a minute, man. I thought you...
No, Trump ran a better campaign than Kamala, but they both wasn't, I ain't really,
You know,
we're going to get into that because I got some back push for that. Keep going, though. What you about to say something?
No, that's... Sums it up for me. I think everybody's stupid.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I think they both ran, you know. I feel like when it comes to Trump's campaigns, because when you look at his 2016 campaign, he was targeting poor white people. Poor white people didn't vote. They were still racist, but they didn't vote. So when Donald Trump goes to preach and speak to the poor white people, get them riled up, woo, 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 he's tapping into an untapped market. I feel like damn near any Democrat, they like try to preach to like the same type of black person.
Okay.
And they also do it in a political tone. Like Trump showed us that politics, like the verbiage of politics, like that shit dead, bro. Show us your personality, be yourself, which Kamala tried. But she also, to me, I feel like she ain't lean in enough to get away from the politics as usual, you know. I can't think of the word I'm trying to use.
They usually market themselves to the usual group of voters they're talking to.
You
said
want to
how?
know what ruined Kamala, though?
What's up?
Honestly, it was her trying to appeal to a bunch of different people. She was being too many personalities.
Yeah.
She put on the Latino accent. Then on another hand, she put on
accent?
the black accent. Yeah.
I missed the Latino
I missed the
accent.
Latino
I missed that
one.
one.
But
I could show y'all the video. It was so many videos where when she was talking to a crowd of like a, you know, predominantly Hispanic demographic.
she would code switch.
She would code switch like aggressively. And it almost seemed like it was offsetting a bit.
Damn, motherfuckers ain't show they bilingual. You feel me? They
I get
can't-
caught ignorant when I do that.
I know a little Spanish. I might try a little something in front of my little compadre. You
No,
know?
I
that's what
didn't see that one. I did see different videos of her speaking to different people. It would be different. Like there was one, she was at a church or something somewhere in the South, and she sounded like this, and you know, it was like, all right, you don't have to get up there and sound like the Reverend, you know, because you're talking to these people. I definitely understand what people felt when they were talking about her and her identity crisis. I don't know if they labeled it that, but you know, just the different things that she was going through, where she felt like she had to relate to certain people and things like that, or just even the whole "I'm black" thing. You know, I understand why that really put some people off, especially when she's talking to these people in these different tones. I could see how that it would reinforce the idea of, oh, she's playing in our face, trying to pretend like she's black, which I don't think is the case.
Yeah,
But,
nah.
you know, I think that it's kind of silly. But like, not kind of, you know, how I really feel. I think they're fucking dumb.
Yes.
But, you know, I could see how that would reinforce that idea that she's playing though, because it's like if I get up now, everybody knows I'm not religious. If I get up and I start talking like a preacher, they're gonna be, what the fuck is he doing?
Right.
So like, I understand why that threw some people off. I just don't think that should have mattered when somebody else is talking about taking away your fucking health care in the Department of Education. I don't give a fuck what she talks like. It's like,
I mean,
I think that's the problem. You know,
I don't feel like there was much authenticity with Kamala's campaign.
Authenticity.
It wasn't at all.
I ain't say that right.
Yeah, but you good. I got you.
Yeah, man, I'll probably be butchering the fuck out these words.
Yeah,
It just didn't feel like authentic. Like Trump already showed us, bro, we don't really care about the political mumbo jumbo.
Yeah.
Just be yourself. And I don't feel like she was being herself. I feel like she was trying to like win over, people.
I think that's because Trump was selling Trump and she was selling policy. And I think that's
where it went,
right? So it's like people who voted for Trump like Donald Trump, and that's why they're now finding out the shit that he plans on doing. She was just telling you the shit he plans on doing is bad. So fuck me. It don't matter if you like me or if you like Joe Biden or if you like Bernie Sanders. Don't let him do that shit. That doesn't appeal to stupid people.
Yep.
And that's what it was. Now Donald Trump getting up there fucking acting like he's sucking dick with the microphone, yeah, that appeals to dumbasses.
Niggas gonna watch that over and over again.
Right, a bunch of shit like that. Now, see, he don't care about nothing. He gonna tell you what it really is. Yeah, he's gonna tell you that he's not about to do shit for you. He's gonna take everything away, and you're gonna be fucking hungry.
Which he did do.
Right, that's it. That's the plan. So yeah, he gonna tell you. You're right. I don't know. I don't know what else to tell somebody at that point when they're happy that he told you he gonna take your shit away.
Yeah, I don't think Kamala should have ran with the whole "don't vote for the bad guy" thing. She just should have sold her to the people.
Honestly, I feel like she could have did both. I just think that a lot of odds was against her for one. Like when you was talking about how Trump ran a better campaign than she did, that doesn't tell much. But basically, she had less time than he did. He had a whole 4 years to build a campaign. She had 3 months.
3 months.
She had 3 months. And I think she did a great job in her 3 months compared to his whole 4 years. He didn't start talking to us until this year.
Right. He didn't really start putting in effort to win the campaign until Joe Biden stepped down.
Yeah.
He thought, I'm about to blow his ass out.
Yeah.
Maybe he would have. I don't know. But we know Joe Biden only wanted to beat him.
Yeah.
But he, even in July and shit, that was when she said that she was running. That was when Elon Musk got involved. And they started doing all the shit on Twitter and TikTok, making the algorithm show the right wing shit and all of that. Like, that's where they put their plan in the overdrive when she stepped in. That scared them. And I think it should have.
Yeah.
And then when you got a nigga like Elon Musk in your back pocket, it's like, come on.
Yeah, I think Elon Musk got Trump in his pocket, but
Or either them two.
They all on some bullshit.
So also Kamala took like 2 big hits. Unknowingly, there was a group that people usually don't appeal to in politics, and that's the Amish. A lot of people forget about the Amish, and they came in like large groups to go and vote. Like they all like got together and like marched to go and vote. There was a guy who was telling a story about how the Amish people almost feel like they're like forgotten and unseen in America.
They are.
And
they are.
Yeah. And
I mean,
Trump
it's kind of
pretty
their
much-
fault, but yeah.
Nobody targets them. Nobody ever targets them or even like, campaigns to that demographic. And so that was one that they missed. Also, there was a handful of, like, a lot of people.
Can I stop
enjoyed
you
it.
real quick before you go to the next one?
For sure.
How do you target the Amish if they don't watch TV?
I was gonna say they don't watch
If they
TV.
you
They don't
can't-
listen to the radio.
Everybody got all these texts. You can't text them.
Right.
Like, how do you connect to them? Where would you market some shit for the Amish to see it?
Through
Like,
mail.
Yeah, so
Through
the
mail,
Amish,
put a billboard
guess-
up in their city.
I guess, yeah. So
Yeah.
They definitely are forgotten.
yeah,
for
through the
sure, but it's
mail,
just
and then
damn.
like also like if you go to let's say Trump is having a rally in their city, and with that aside, like it's just a lot of beliefs and morals that the Amish stand by religiously that they spoke to them through his campaign, and so like that was just a group that caught them off guard. That was like a shot they didn't see coming.
How many of them is it? Like, I'm completely ignorant to Amish.
Bro, they don't even. I'm not.
existence, all
No,
of that.
They
see,
everywhere, bro.
That's why
I don't
had
even.
no
I don't
clue.
even actually care about that. We can, if that is some voters that we are not going to get. That I feel like she shouldn't even try. Them niggas don't be fucking. So I'm not finna try to go get them to vote for me. If you're not going to be able to bring kids into this world, I'm not talking to you. They basically don't have sex like at all. They be shaking beds and shit to have sex.
Yeah.
Because they can't like penetrate their person. And so they'll be naked, laying on top of each other and shake beds. I'm like, oh, I'm technically not doing it, God.
So dry humping.
Oh.
Yeah, no, they naked.
Right.
And he got his thing somewhere close enough to be able to feel something.
Super dry humping.
But
They just
they
stick
ain't.
the tip in?
Yeah, I believe they call it Satan's loophole.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Wow.
So I'm not focusing on you niggas. Like, I don't care.
It's 400,000 of them.
That ain't enough. That ain't
come on,
enough.
man.
I'm not finna focus on
Come
y'all.
on, man.
If you didn't see it coming, that's a strong punch though. Like if you didn't see that group of people coming.
Yeah, but that's like
'Cause Kamala only lost
margin
by
of
3
victory
million
in one
votes.
state
Yeah.
is less than that, you know. But what was the second thing? Second hit
So
she took?
so the second thing I would say is although it appealed to most, some of Kamala's rallies really turned off a great deal of like African Americans.
Man, I
Well,
think them niggas need to shut up. They talking about Megan Thee Stallion and all
Yes.
that shit, man. I mean,
Yeah.
come on. The man was up there fake sucking dick with a microphone. Megan Thee Stallion can shake her little ass.
And it's a fucking rally.
And she didn't shake enough. Like,
She didn't
you
at
know what I'm
all.
saying?
nah.
She didn't.
Like,
we
it
talked
wasn't
about this
even
already.
like
She
that.
didn't shake no ass, bro.
Right. So they tweeted.
She just
they,
got
they,
ass.
They mad that Cardi B read some shit. Like, all right, cool. Cardi B read it. Cardi B gonna reach a different demographic. And the thing, and it's like I think a lot of the shit that they talk about, like, oh, these the people that y'all got to represent us. Like, I just feel like that's some real shit that's based in elitism.
Yes.
And obviously the misogyny and all of that is in there too. But I do think if it was Boss Man and D-Lo, they would have had some shit to say. So I don't know if it's like just the misogyny. I think it's a lot of the elitism in there that
Yes.
people look down on rappers and think that a rapper can't be educated, they can't know how to read or some shit like that. Like, and the thing, I think it was different when Obama was bringing Jay-Z out because people didn't look at Jay-Z in that kind of way, because he's not up there shaking his ass. But in 08, every album the album he dropped right before that was American Gangster, where he is on there talking about selling drugs for 15 fucking songs. And then Obama brought him out the next year. And nobody said any of the shit that they saying about Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B.
Or Hillary
Like,
Clinton. She had Beyonce.
and Jay-Z was up there with her, right? Like,
And wasn't Diddy too?
shit.
Like she had Diddy, right?
I think the Diddy shit was like 04, like the
04, okay.
voter died.
Voter
shit.
died,
That
yeah,
was-
voter
that's
died,
before
yeah,
our
yeah.
time a little
That
bit.
was an
Jonesy
era.
might know.
I was
I know
outside for that.
Beyonce was in our face for Hillary.
Yeah, Beyonce was up there. And,
She
you
got
know,
hot sauce in her bag.
Yeah, she did that song too. But
Yeah.
you know, I think a lot of this shit, people just always have to find somebody else to look down on. And I think I don't think anybody who was voting with any kind of consciousness about the two candidates, I don't think they would have made their decision based on fucking Megan Thee Stallion or Cardi B. Like, cause it's a bunch of people who went to vote for her who didn't see that shit at the rally.
Facts.
It's a bunch of people who went to vote for Donald Trump who never saw him with the microphone at the rally or saw any of the other shit that they were saying. All the shit that happened in New York right before the election, where they talking about Puerto Rico is a dumpster of trash and all of that shit that they talking about. Like, there's a bunch of people that never saw any of that shit. So I think for people to act like that was the focus, they just need somebody to put the blame on. And it's just real easy to blame some black women who didn't do shit to nobody. And say, yeah, see, that's why y'all ain't getting shit. That's why
And when
we
they
ain't gonna
famous.
never elect no black woman. This who y'all think is to look up to. Y'all didn't say that about Oprah, because Oprah was up there speaking too. They didn't say that about Beyonce. Beyonce was up there speaking too, and Kelly Rowland. Like, they didn't say that about those women. And there was some different black women for everybody else to look up to. I think people just need to shut the fuck up sometimes. Really, that's the end of it.
We talked about Meg in real time on the pod when she was at the rally in Atlanta.
The rally.
Exactly, and I was heavy on it being a
Rally.
Right.
Well, you turn the fuck up and you build energy and excitement for us to go out and vote for this said person, of course, but more so to vote. You getting them excited about the idea of voting. And so, yeah, we're going to have niggas in here getting us teed up.
Right.
But, you know, I think a lot of that came from niggas that don't actually go to the rallies. They don't.
Yeah, them niggas ain't been in no damn.
Yeah. And I'm sure
to
those
the
same
rally?
people that had complaints, a lot of them still voted for her.
Yeah.
Facts.
And a lot of the people who had the complaints were the dumb niggas who never planned on voting for her anyway and were just looking for a reason.
Yeah.
Like, one of the main niggas that I know who was on Facebook talking about, yeah, see, they got these hoes at the rally and all this shit. He was on there talking about he was happy that Trump won. Okay, so cool. So why you acting like you the fucking Democratic strategist and trying to figure out who needs to do what and shit? You was planning on voting for his ass anyway.
Yeah.
You just on here starting shit and finding some shit to talk.
I think a lot of people did that on.
A lot of people
to
did that.
create a lot of the shit that she had to go denounce, like being black. Like they didn't have any plans to vote for her or vote to begin with. They just wanted to distract us.
Yeah.
Gee, when they did that deep dive on, I think she was talking about how to make greens or something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, come on,
how
dude.
she would make greens in her tub.
Yeah, I'm like, come on. Do we really care, bro?
We don't care.
We don't, bro.
See, the problem is she brings out shit like that as a way to connect to people, right?
Right.
And that, so it's like when you do it, yeah, now people are gonna judge you. I don't think she ever should have did shit like that. It's the same way how when she was running in 2020, she was talking about smoking weed in college, listening to Tupac. She graduated college in '86. Tupac ain't dropped till '92. You wasn't listening to him.
You wasn't,
right?
sweetheart.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like it sounds like she's saying shit like that, trying to. Like thinking that that's how you gonna relate to people, and I think a lot of her shit is misguided. Like when she dropped the plan that's supposed to be for black men and shit, and she's talking about like, why is weed listed on here? Why and then it was shit like federally legalizing weed, and it wasn't anything in there that would have made tangible difference in any black man's life.
No, it definitely was things on there that would make tangible.
Not like the the plan that got dropped for the Latinos when she talking about giving them grants for houses. And that's like because that wasn't on the black man one.
So like that was on the black man one. What Kamala did for the dumb fucks is just say, hey, this is for black men, but it actually was for all of us. It's the same thing she did for the Latino thing. She had a policy where she was going to give first-time home buyers a $25K grant to put down on the down payment. That would have been for everybody. But then when she made that whole little plan for the black men, then for the Latinos, she had that same shit still there. That was just for them to feel like it was for them because it technically was if you just fucking apply.
Facts.
So the thing for the black men, the stuff that she did put in there that I knew had nothing to do with everybody was when she started talking about health, when she started talking about mentorship and cryptocurrency. Those are the only three things that I felt like she was really trying to speak directly to them. But the other shit she had on there, it was stuff that everybody was able to opt into, but she just made sure she included that on her plan for them as well, for them to just see.
And I think that's just further example of what I'm saying about like she should not have been trying to like reach out to those people in that kind of way. Like I was bringing up the connection of her saying she was listening to Tupac. I feel like this is kind of the same thing because why the fuck do you think all of us give a fuck about cryptocurrency enough that this is on here? And that's what I'm saying. Like it was just a lot of those things that the attempts that she made just were misguided. Like that's not. I don't think those were the things that we struggling with today that we need you to remove. And that I feel like that's how you address us more than saying I'm about to teach you, show you how to invest in cryptocurrency. I'm not gonna lie, like I remember all of the details of the shit, but I know when I saw it, I was really underwhelmed, and I wish she didn't drop that shit. Like the whole idea of these things that were supposed to help us, the shit just looked very underwhelming. It just didn't look like that was shit that she sat with any black man and thought about.
She did have a whole rollout about the plan. She went to a barbershop in Philadelphia and they talked about everything in that plan together and how it does benefit them and how it's correlated to them.
Another example of shit that I made, like, why are you sitting in the barbershop talking to these men? Now, look, your hair look nice right now. I know you sit in the barbershop. How many of them niggas you think are smart? You see what I'm saying? Like
be smart in the barbershop.
Some niggas
do.
Some niggas do.
Some do.
Some absolutely. I'm not saying that, but why are those the people who you go speak to show that you trying to speak to black men? Oh, I'm gonna go sit in the barbershop because the niggas in the barbershop.
Where you want her to go? The hood?
No, go speak to somebody who is qualified, who actually do the work. Like there are people who put in work in communities and shit.
No, those were the people in the barbershop. She had teachers in there. She had business owners in there, and then she had little niggas, like young niggas.
Okay, so look.
Yeah, because Eddie Melton did kind of the same thing in Gary. Like, he pulled up to a barbershop.
I don't think
and, like,
that was the issue at all. Her having a conversation there with those people.
When I was saying the issue, I'm not saying at all that I think she lost because of that. I think that she didn't gain the support that she tried to gain because of that. Like, and I think I feel like, and the thing is, I even like focusing on black men voting for her is just kind of off a little bit because like over 80% of us did.
Right.
So like I think. But I don't think that was because of the things that... I don't think that was because of her campaign. I think that was because we knew that we couldn't fucking vote for Trump.
Right.
I still don't think that she won us over. in any kind of way. I will be honest about the barbershop video. I didn't watch none of it. By the time that she was doing all of that, she already had my vote. So I wasn't tuning in to see exactly who was in there. I just saw like the clips of it. I saw a bunch of niggas sitting in the barbershop. I didn't know who was there. But now that you said that the people that she had there, I can see that being a much better attempt. But even then, you said it was the teachers, some young niggas, and who else?
Some business owners.
Business owners, right? Okay. The teacher might be the most qualified person in there to speak on what's good for the average black person. And I would like to see her speak to people more who do like activism work and things like that, or even just people who are organized and trying to help people, because those are the people who are more tapped in and more tuned into what help people need, because they're the ones actually giving people that help.
I ain't gonna hold you, Cal. You have to read it over again and then come back to me and let me know if you still stand on that. The things that she did list are solid things to list for black men. They do heavily, like the health shit that she had on there does heavily impact black men. They just don't talk about it. And they wait until they go to the doctor and they dead ass on level 3 of prostate cancer, and now they know what that shit is. So that should be in her policy. Cryptocurrency, you're not into that, but a lot of black men are into that shit.
I'm one of those people, but and the thing, having those conversations with all of the people who I try to get interested in it, I understand that I'm a minority.
No, you're not, bro.
Definitely.
Scammers put me onto that shit. Black male scammers put me onto crypto.
Like that's different.
What a time. What a time.
Side. But I get you.
I don't think. Yeah, maybe there was other stuff that she could have prioritized in that pocket for cryptocurrency, but that is something that they need to learn about. And maybe right now is not the time, but I don't think she was too off with putting that in that plan, because a lot are interested in that shit. And they're not educated, but they're getting educated just so they can one up a bag real quick off a coin. Yep. What's another one that I know she had on? So the business owner one. Yes, you shouldn't speak to them niggas. They not doing shit for our community. But those people still need to have a person to vote for. And since the Blue Party does not really associate themselves with bringing money to businesses, I get why she would put that there, so that people can know that if you vote blue, I still can help you out. Because them dumb fucks don't actually see that every time a Democrat is president, there is hella money for them to opt into for their small business. But they just think, oh, Trump did have money that came directly to my bank account and I ain't had to do nothing but file my taxes. He gonna bring me some money again. But no, she had to lay it out. Hey, you gonna get some bread if you become a first time business owner with me. And I think that needed to be there, because black men aren't running to create businesses like black women are. They're leading in opening businesses. And so if she puts that there, maybe that will incentivize them to do so. I don't know if that was a good thing, but
legalize marijuana at the federal level to break down unjust legal barriers that hold black men and other Americans back. Sure, thank you. I appreciate you doing that. But like, selling that to me, and this being one of the 5 bullet points that I'm looking at right here, and you think that's one of the 5 most important things that we are dealing with right now, that's what you decided to put towards me?
That federal thing is something that she was going to do, and it had nothing to do with black men. It had to do with just that should be done. Exactly. But she just put it there so that you all can see that, because you are all the ones that are mostly affected by that not being legal.
Exactly. So the thing is, you got a bunch of shit that we're all going to benefit from, and you decided to sell it to us like you was doing it for us. You can't. You can't not see the backlash
that
coming
is
from
for
that,
you,
right?
For the educated man to recognize that. But for the people that don't fucking know how to read, that was for them.
Yep. Now I'm caught up. That's why I just been sitting back. I'm like, let me get caught up on this combo.
Right.
There we go.
Look, so then when you look at the difference for the Latino men, right? Because this doesn't. So they have the small businesses, the 20,000 unforgivable loans.
The same shit.
Right. Right. The same thing.
Yeah.
Here we have foster additional opportunities for the economic success and well-being of Latino men by supporting new training opportunities like registered apprenticeships and pre-apprenticeships.
That's in the black men too.
No.
Yes, it is. I know that is there. That's the mentor thing that I'm talking about. You got to go back, my boy.
I'm on this one.
I'm pretty sure she probably copied and pasted for black men and Latinos.
We're right here. Like this is
you on her website, right?
Well, yeah, KamalaHarris.com.
Okay.
We'll deliver for black men.
Go
and
back
their
to your
families.
Latino one, and I'll go find a black one for you.
The black one is right here, and the Latino one is right here. These things are different. They're different. And this does not say the registered apprenticeships and pre-apprenticeships, removing unnecessary degree requirements, investing in veterans readiness and employment programs, allowing construction workers and registered apprentices to write off the expenses of tools and equipment, and cutting red tape, helping 2 million workers get good paying jobs and get ahead in their careers. And as a third point, more than double the number of first-time Latino homeowners each year to nearly 600,000.
Just so that we can keep the conversation going. Okay, so her second bullet for the black men one.
The second,
yes.
Launch a national health equity?
No, champion education, training, and mentorship programs that help black men get good paying jobs in high demand industries and lead their communities, including pathways to become teachers. You don't see that?
I see down here, just for drawing on insights from her experience. Yeah, once you get there. But that's not the one that she had floating around social media. Like the
I don't know what she had floating around social media, but I know that this was touched on in the video with the barbers, and this is in her plan. And I was very adamant that I knew that she had some shit about mentorships and the same. She just worded it differently because of Hispanics are typically in construction, and we are typically not teachers. And she's making sure that black men become teachers, because if a black man is a teacher, it was a statistic that was said in the barbershop. If you have a black male teacher, then that student is likely to succeed at some type of percentage higher than others.
Right.
And so I think she used the same bullet point and just made sure that it was more central to that actual ethnicities issue.
Mm-hmm. And you don't. So can you the one for black men about the teachers? Do you read just that point one more time?
Education, training, and mentorship programs that help black men get good paying jobs in high demand industries and lead their communities, including pathways to become teachers. She has a whole section where she talks more in depth about it, but that's just the bullet point.
But that's not the same as what I read for the Latino men.
It's not.
The apprenticeships, the pre-apprenticeships, the removing the degree requirements, all of those things like that. I do understand that all of those things she listed for the Latino men, right, would also apply to us. But it's about how you sell it and who you're selling it to, because people know what apprenticeships and the pre-apprenticeships are. You saying removing the degree requirements? A nigga who don't have a degree is saying, oh shit, if I'm Latino, then I get it. He's not thinking that shit applies to him, right? Which is why I'm saying I don't think she should have broken shit down like this. I think she should have stuck all her shit together and said, this is what I'm doing. I'm going to remove these degree requirements. That shit would apply to everybody. I'm going give you these $20,000 forgivable loans. That shit is going to apply to everybody. This is what I'm doing, and this is what he's doing, rather than saying, this is what I'm going to do for the black people, right? Because it's like that's like, you got a drug addict parent, and they stop doing drugs because of their health, and they say, oh, I stopped doing these drugs to have a better relationship with my kids. No, the fuck you didn't. You did that shit so you didn't die,
she
right?
She has a bullet point. Like, it's not, you have to keep reading to get to expanding pathways for black men to good paying jobs, whether or not they have a college degree. Harris will also eliminate unnecessary degree requirements and provide meaningful pathways for those without college degrees for 500,000 federal jobs, and she will challenge the business community to do the same. She will set a goal to double the number of registered apprenticeships in America by the end of her first term.
Yeah.
So you got to read further. It's not a part of the bullet point verbiage, but it's there.
Right. And that's the problem, though.
I get your problem. I get it.
And this is what you post, where you post these bullet points, and that's what's being spread around, and you know that's how most people are getting their information.
Yeah.
The fact that all of that shit is there, that only matters to somebody who is going to do further research.
Yeah, I get what you were saying.
You already got their vote.
Yeah, I just wanted you to know that she did have that shit there.
Yeah, I knew that it was in the plan. That's just not what was posted for everybody to see it. So it's like at that point, it don't matter too much, because the person who's interested in going on KamalaHarris.com is already fucking voting for Kamala Harris. Like, you don't need to win that person's vote, and that's what I mean. Where it's like, and I think she was trying to win votes, and in the effort in trying to win votes that she should not have been trying to win, I think she definitely lost some.
Let's wrap this up. We've been speaking on this for a minute. So to conclude this piece about the presidential election.
Fuck Donald Trump.
But before we conclude, I just want all of this shit that we saying. None of that shit should have made a fucking difference, y'all.
Yeah,
she shouldn't have had to run no fucking campaign. Not against Donald Trump. That's it. That's all I wanted to say.
I agree with you. wholeheartedly.
I fuck with Kamala.
I don't. But I really don't fuck with Trump. Me and Kamala could have got along.
Right. We could have got, cordial.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna hold y'all, bro. She would have been one of the best presidents we had ever. And that's because we had many terrible ones.
Man, I don't know. Jimmy Carter was him.
The bar is low, but
Jimmy Carter was that guy. He said, "Oh, y'all poor and hungry? Food stamps, nigga."
So
it's my guy.
Now that Trump is the president, right?
Mm-hmm.
Me and Cal, we have an episode that we're going to drop talking about Trump's run and his campaign and whatnot. We ain't gonna give too many sneak peeks on it, but now that he has been elected the president, the man has went on and started putting in people in his cabinet. And so I just want to just talk about the main one, the one that just had to drop out. What, Gates?
Matt Gates.
Yes.
Hey, shout out Linda McMahon.
Yeah, I didn't know who was the main one. I thought we was about to talk about Linda.
Shout out Linda.
I thought we was about to talk about Linda.
She's the newest appointed, but Matt Gates, he was the intended attorney general.
Yeah.
So the nigga over the whole justice,
Right.
everything going on with that. And he, what was it, sexual misconduct with a 17-year-old girl. He was charged with that.
Yeah.
And CNN was saying that basically, hey, we gonna report this about your background if you are actually really gonna be the AG. And he said, all right, nigga, I'm about to here.
Yeah.
I don't want y'all talking about all that. Hold on.
I just saw they got his Venmo payments to teenage girls for it's talking about being awesome and shit like that. Like they saying he was paying these girls for sex. All of those people, man. Donald Trump, he told y'all what he grabbed them by a long time ago.
And he was like 50 or 60 when he said that. So like, nigga, that's him.
Yeah.
That ain't changing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what do we expect? What is our predictions with these his second term of being president? How do you think the scope of the world is going to be? How do you think he's going to run? What is our worst case scenario?
Worst case scenario?
Yes.
Mine is farther out than everybody's. My worst case scenario is Donald Trump is selling us out to Russia.
Okay.
Yep. Or China.
And
Russia.
I think it's Russia.
But I think it's more Russia,
Yeah, I think it's Russia. He's selling us out to them, and we're going to be over here learning a new language in a little while. That's the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Best case scenario, I don't fucking know. I don't see a way this goes well.
Okay.
In any way. Like,
Okay.
Me personally, I think the economy finna boom.
Okay.
now, he fucked it up the first time, though. So
Yeah, he
I was
did.
gonna say, I think he finna make rich people
The
richer.
economy in 2016, y'all was
Yes.
hurting.
No.
Well, I was a kid, but
Yeah, we were kids, but it was not a good. He came into Obama's economy and it was booming to begin with. But when
Right.
he left out, he gave a terrible economy
Right.
over to Biden to have to repair.
I don't know, man. I was 2016, 17, 18. I was paying rent in the South Loop in Chicago.
Yeah, that was
I
all
was
off
ge-
Obama.
That was Obama.
Yeah, that's Obama gang.
Because the thing, economic policies take at the minimum 18 months to have an effect on the economy
Right.
when they change it. Right? So, and some of them take longer because of trickle down effects and shit like that. So, anything that they enact is going to take damn near 2 years before you feel a difference. So, by 2017, that we still riding off Obama. Like, because Trump had them first 4 years, 2016, 2017, 2021. You look at 2021 by the time we got here, and people really give him a lot of credit for shit that was going on during the pandemic. And that was just, unprecedented time. So a lot of shit that was happening, whether the gas prices are low, that's because nobody got anywhere to go, right? So
Oil
the
ain't
gas,
selling.
Right, the gas prices is going to be low because of that. It's not because Donald Trump strong-armed the fucking oil sellers. Like, it didn't happen like that. He this big gangster. That's why the gas price is low. Like, no. Like, Trump, all of the things that he did to the economy, that's the shit that we're feeling right now. The inflation, everybody with these badass tax rates,
Yes.
the low income taxes and all that shit. That's the shit that we're on his tax plan right now.
Yeah. And it's not over until after this tax year, 2025.
Right.
Are y'all sure it wasn't the ridiculous amount of money that we sent over to foreign countries?
No, because that's all budgets that are established before we enter the year.
So they've been sending money forever.
Yeah, has always happened. We are allies with Ukraine. Has always been a thing. We set our budget before we enter the year, and that is the budget that we have to be able to send them to them. If I say Club Culture can only spend $10,000 on equipment for the year and $10,000 on social media, and then we get into the whole year of the budget and we run out of the social media budget, I can't touch the equipment. That was set aside for equipment. So that's how it is for all the other things that we do in America. They had this budget set for the third party, the countries that we fuck with. And then they had it set aside for what they can do in education, what they can do in housing. And when that shit is depleted and ran out, you can't touch that shit.
Yeah. And the problem with the economy right now, it should just cost too much, right? Like, that's everybody's problem. Shit that you paid for $4 4 years ago, now it's $12. That's a big-ass problem, especially when the wages don't increase at that same amount.
A McChicken is $4, gang.
Yeah, right.
$4 a McChicken?
A fucking McChicken. The shit is insane.
That's insane.
But the thing is, so when COVID happened and we had all these supply chain issues, so now certain things cost more at the same time that certain things are going down. Like the gas prices was low, but COVID happened. Everything was expensive as hell. Everything else, right? Everything started costing more. I remember the chicken shortage, all kind of shit like that was happening, right?
Shortage.
So after the supply chain issues are handled, you got these greedy corporations who not about to lower their fucking prices back. Yeah. Like you niggas was already paying $8 for a box of crackers. Y'all gonna keep paying $8, and they just took the profits home with them.
Yeah.
So it ain't about the money we sent to Ukraine and no shit like that. It's the same people who was just donating all their money to Donald Trump because he gonna keep their corporations rich. It was them keeping themselves rich.
Yeah.
They raised the prices and knew we couldn't do shit about it. That's all that happened. So now with that, and then with the tax rate that Trump put in place, now people are really fucking hurt. And it's looking like, oh shit, yeah, this what happened when Joe Biden was the president. When Joe Biden was the president, we was hurt. He did it. Well damn, like it don't happen like that. He ain't had no time to change shit. And by the time he could change something, you wouldn't feel the effect until Trump is the president again.
Right.
And make niggas think, oh yeah, it was him. Like, if you look at all of the, I think they said like the last 4 Republican presidents we had all started a recession. Like, you got the Trump, the shit that leading to COVID,
Bush,
you know, like Reagan,
Mike,
Bush,
Clinton.
Both Bushes and Reagan.
No,
Reagan my fault. Yeah, I keep moving this shit. I gotta talk with this hand. But yeah, you know, Bush and Reagan. It was both Bushes and Reagan. All of them missed a recession after. Yeah. Every single one, because their tax plans, all of their economic policy, that shit is not about helping nobody poor, whether they black, white, Mexican, none of that shit. They don't care about none of y'all. That shit is about the rich motherfuckers that own Walmart donating to them, and so that they all could be rich together. So that when they sell our ass to Russia, they know what houses not to go into. That's all. Come on, man. Like, there's some bullshit. And they just trick people all the time and make you think, oh, yeah, the Republicans the ones want everybody to get rich. I'm an entrepreneur. I got to vote for the Republicans. You're a dumbass.
You small fucking business.
Right. Nigga, you make less than like 15 million. Nigga, they don't give a fuck about you.
Man, like they talk the capital gains and all that shit. Like the capital gains tax. The Democrats want the capital gains tax. You got to make 400 fucking million for that. You know how far away you are from the place you need to be worried about capital gains?
I mean, the simplest way to put it is just think about the SBA loans and grants at the time when you were able to get a PPP.
Yeah.
How you only saw people that you know get 20 to 40,000.
Yeah.
But when shit come out, Tom Brady had 10 million. Why do you think you weren't able to get 10 million?
Right.
No matter how many numbers you try to crunch, you could never get to past the 40,000.
Yeah.
Because you're a small business, bitch. You can't do that.
Right.
You're not over there with the people that it benefits.
Yeah.
And you can't go scrounge up 5, 6 of your family members and go, hey, give me y'all social so I can make y'all employees so I can get this big ass bag.
That wouldn't even be enough.
Right. That's because them niggas got real companies, real employees and shit. If you don't have 200 some checks to sign every week, you don't need to vote for no fucking Donald Trump. And like, it just don't make sense. Don't make sense at all. But they trick people, and that's the thing. People just don't do their research. They don't read. They don't care about any
Bro, they're
of
not
that.
even tricking people. They're telling you what it is, and they know who they're talking to. They're not going to follow up, read, Go research. He didn't do anything special but say, this is what I'm gonna do to y'all. We're gonna put some tariffs out here on them. That's gonna raise the prices. And he know he can say that because they're not gonna actually get what the fuck that is and go look it up. Yeah. And now a lot of people have fucking looked it up and they like, oh, we fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's your opinion on the tariffs?
Ain't no opinion on the tariffs. It ain't got nothing to do with Trump. It got everything to do with the people that voted for him. You dumb fuck. That's my opinion. You're dumb.
Yeah.
You don't think those a benefit? I'm just asking.
Not at all.
No.
The tariffs, like, everybody has, it's like, not like conspiracy or anything. Like, it's documented, like, with the way that they work, the cost just gets passed on to the consumer. So when you tax some shit, you give them an extra cost, especially with some shit that we need from China, the extra cost to send some shit over here. They're not going to pay it. They're going to make us pay it. Yeah. So, like, I think Walmart just put out a statement either today, or I saw it today, but I don't know if they put it out yesterday, saying that they were scared of the tariffs and how against it they are. But, like, I believe Walmart has, like, been a huge Republican donor for as long as I could remember.
Oh, you already know.
Right, you know, and they just put out a statement talking about how bad the tariffs would be for everybody and how they need to, the customers need to urge their representatives to get Donald Trump not to impose these tariffs. Like, it's a bad idea, and that was his whole plan. He had a bunch of people talking about, oh man, he gonna put these tariffs, the economy about to be great. Like,
don't even know what the fuck.
Just playing devil's advocate here.
I hate that goddamn phrase.
Do you think what if the tariffs were to put pressure on, foreign manufacturers and suppliers to actually open up factories here, which will open up more jobs for American citizens?
That's the idea that he's selling.
Yeah.
But why would they spend some money to open a factory when they can just charge your dumb ass? Like,
right, and we sending our factories over there.
Right.
We have factories there already.
Yeah, they're not gonna do that. Like he said, we're gonna make them bring you some jobs. You think Donald Trump ever gave a fuck about somebody getting a job? The motherfucker who got on TV talking about you're fired for fun. Like, come on, man. That nigga ain't bringing no jobs over here.
I'm going to do it quickly.
Call him a nigga. He don't deserve it.
For the people that don't know what a tariff is, I'll do it really quickly, okay? So, this hoodie here, I'm selling this on our website, clubculturepodcast.com. You can wear this hoodie, right? It cost me $14 to get a blank hoodie. And then it cost me $3 to print this on this hoodie. So that is about $17, $18 just to have a hoodie to sell. I put this on the website for $35, and that's what you pay. I get this hoodie from China, right? It comes into America from China. The tariff that he's going to place on China for hoodies will mean that they can no longer sell this hoodie to me anymore for $14. They will have to sell it for a higher price. So then now I have to pay that higher price. Let's say they make it be $18 instead of $14 for a blank hoodie, one hoodie. So I know now that I can't sell that hoodie anymore for $35 because I need to still make the profit that I intend to make. And so that means I probably will have to increase that price to be $40. You want the hoodie, you love our hoodies, you think they're dope and great, and you want to feel like you're part of the family. You gonna pay that $40. You ain't gonna feel like it's, you feel me, really fucking with you. But you ain't gonna know why I had to raise that shit. That's why I had to raise it. For the people that don't really got the $40, they gonna be like, damn, that's crazy. It was just $35. I'm gonna wait till it's on sale. That's what y'all gonna do.
And it ain't gonna never be on sale again. Never.
And I will never put it back on sale because I know that I can't. That's a tariff. All right, moving on. We got a lot of music. Kendrick Lamar, that boy dropped today.
Just dropped some bullshit.
The same day we intended to record, so we had to take our time to go through the album.
Yeah.
Khyle, I'm gonna start with you, man.
Thanks.
I'm gonna start with you, man.
Nah, they gonna think I don't like nobody. We start with me, but yeah, let's go.
What was your initial reaction to the take that we had listening through the album?
I've never been a Kendrick Lamar fan.
Okay.
So I gotta lead with that. I'm not a fan of his rapping style too much. Mm-hmm. Right. But I think he tore Drake the fuck up. So I was really excited to hear what he had to say today.
Okay.
I like some of those songs.
Okay.
I like a lot of the music. The beats sounded great. Kendrick Lamar was Kendrick Lamar again. Like I think by this point with him, you kind of know what you're getting. As far as like what he delivers and the quality of it, I think it's either like you either like it or you don't. So I think I tuned into everything that he dropped about Drake because of the whole spectacle, right? I think now I can go back to I know I don't like it and leave it for the people that do. You know, I think like the general just sitting around listening to a Kendrick Lamar album, it's not gonna be me. I did like that song with SZA, the third song on there. I forgot the name of it. I love the one with the Luther sample. I love Luther Vandross a lot. I like the first song. He was on there talking shit about people. I like that shit he said about Wayne and Snoop. I hope both of them have something to say back.
Wait, what did he say about Snoop? I heard the Wayne.
He said Snoop posted Taylor Made. I hope it was the edibles.
Okay.
You know, it was the right thing. I had to let it go and shit. You know.
Okay.
Khyle, how you feel about? Do you think this was maybe a rushed project so that he could like add some meat to the pause to his Super Bowl performance?
I don't think it was rushed. I do think I've seen a lot of theories online about like this might not be the album that was supposed to be coming out. This might be a mixtape or some shit, which it makes sense a little because he posted a snippet with a song that's not on the album that came out. So I think he's trying to tell us. Also, he dropped a song on there called
Snippet?
The snippet got posted today.
Okay,
on his,
all right. Okay.
But that song is not on the album, right?
Okay.
So, and also he dropped the Heart Part 6 on this album. The Heart Part 6 is like the 9th or 10th song on there.
I see it.
He always dropped the Heart songs before the album come out.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So I could see this being that. I don't think it was rushed. Kendrick Lamar seems just much too meticulous for anything that he puts out to be rushed like that. Like he you know, I'm not a fan, but I see the talent and the work behind it. So I don't think it's that with him at all. But I do think it might be something else coming, and he just.
I agree with you. I think that this could have been just him showing that nigga, I can put out music. I don't need 4 years like I've been to give y'all beautiful masterpieces. I can put out music. Yeah. And I think this is what he chose to do by putting this out and then boom, smack us with an actual conceptual album.
And that's going to be the album I don't listen to. That's going to be the album I don't listen to. I feel like he made this album for the Kendrick listeners, because I'm not a fan either, but I'll listen to it if he drops some shit. I feel like he dropped this for niggas who will like listen to Kendrick Lamar just because type shit. Because there's some shit on here.
I think he dropped this for the new people, like the people that all learn about him from the beef. The TikTok people. I think he dropped them all for them. Yeah. This is a lot of dancey, get lit.
It's a good beat. He's staying in pocket. He ain't trying to do too much.
Yeah, I think and the album that he drops after this won't have anything that you can say is about Drake.
Nope.
I think this was his it right here.
I don't know about that one either. I think when you whoop a nigga ass like that, you don't ever let up.
If it drops this year?
Don't ever. I don't give a fuck when it drops.
10, 12 years
from now, he got to say fuck Drake one more time. Just to let us know he meant that shit. Okay. And he still mean it. When you whoop a nigga ass like that's like Michael Jordan walking around acting like he don't have no rings.
Okay.
You know, I think he did have a line where he said, like, you know, at first it was F him, now it's F the whole industry. Or something like that.
And that's fuck all y'all niggas. And I'm all right, I feel it.
Yeah, I fuck with that.
Know? Yeah.
That's the type of shit I like.
I love that energy. You got to bring that
I agree.
all the time.
He said something about how he feel like he making Cat Williams proud.
Yeah.
Ooh. You know, doing what he did.
Kendrick making me proud. I like that hate shit.
Yeah.
When it's real.
I
like don't be a hater, but like really hate something. I fuck with that.
I fuck with it too.
I fuck with that.
I like it when there's some shit I hate too.
Gee, I don't even gotta hate it. But if I know that you really hate something, I fuck with that.
Yeah.
Khyle, what's your take on Drake?
On Drake?
Yeah, you not a Drake fan?
I used to be a huge Drake fan.
Me too.
I remember when Ransom came out around the time Best I Ever Had and all that shit. Yeah. I loved him. 2013, Nothing Was the Same. The nigga was amazing. Just hold on, hold on. Nigga.
This is his best album.
You know what? I agree. I agree, right? I think by the time he got to Views, I wouldn't fuck with him no one. A lot of people think Views is his greatest. Like, they think like that's amazing. But Views is when he stopped making albums and started making playlists to me. And I felt like it was always just, I'm just trying
That's
to
fair.
like the same way how I just sang, just hold on, we going home. I could sing the whole thing for you, like right now. It hasn't been a Drake song that came out since like 2017 that I feel that way about. That's like I want to hear that shit again. Yeah. But Come and Rescue Me, you heard that shit everywhere for about 2 months. Yeah, couldn't get away from it, and nobody wants to hear that shit anymore. Yeah.
I think after after Views, and then when we jumped into like More Life and Scorpion, that's where I fell off. Like,
what came first, Views or More Life?
Views came first.
And a lot, because Views was Controller and all that shit. And that's what he was. I like some of those songs. I like Controller. I like One Dance. I like Bounce That Ass. Like, whoa, not Bounce That Ass. That's not the song. But bounce that shit like, whoa.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, wait a minute.
I like those songs, but it was some shit on there.
Flows on Views, like that was a decent.
Pimp C was on that motherfucker.
It was 19 songs or some shit, and about 10 of them was it. Yeah. So for me, I look at it like you could have gave me those 10.
Yeah,
for
you
real.
Could have gave me those 12 rather than you giving me all of these trying to juice the numbers, because that was when the streaming and shit was starting, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you know that you Drake, and we gonna listen to every single song on here. So now your numbers are about to look crazy, but most of these songs niggas are never gonna hear again. Yeah. And even the songs that get big, like niggas don't want to hear Hotline Bling today. If you go anywhere and they playing Hotline Bling, you damn near ready to go home. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how it is. But since it's big and it's a hit, everybody like, oh, Drake the greatest. He got the most hits. Now he make this microwave ass music that you niggas don't want no more.
What most Def say? Shopping?
Yeah, the Target music. Most Def was right. Most Def was definitely right. Like you play that shit in Target and it fits. You would like if you walked in Target and they was playing Boss Man D-Lo, you'll be like, what the fuck going on in here?
I'll leave.
Right?
You're scared.
Who on an ox? Who on an ox?
You know what I'm saying? But like when they playing Drake, you wouldn't have thought shit about it. You would have just sang your little Drake song and went and got your damn Listerine.
Because at one point I was giving him the benefit of the doubt, like, okay, he just want to stay on top of the game as long as he can. But now it's starting to look like an insecurity because of the age group that he's targeting.
Yeah,
like, of course.
Like, why the fuck are you with Aiden Ross?
Yeah, exactly. Now it's starting to look like some childhood trauma going on.
I think Pusha T told us about that childhood trauma. That's what it is with him. It's definitely that. Even like Drake got a song, Pound Cake. My high school reunion might be worse than the parents.
More like.
Make everybody that Pound Cake is nothing was the same.
Make everybody. I'm thinking about Tuscan Leather.
Make everybody have to go through security clearance. Like, it's some people who didn't treat me right in high school. It's some people I didn't treat right in high school. I'm over that shit, and I hope that everybody I said some shit to is over that shit too. We grown now.
Hey, I ain't gonna hold you.
You think I'm not gonna ever be at the point where I'm on a song rapping with Jay-Z and I'm worried about how motherfucker in high school treated me. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's definitely some insecurity there. Like, undoubted. Even if you just look at the women and all that shit, look at every beef that he has gotten into has always been about some kind of woman. Or he tried this shit with Kendrick. Now I'm gonna bring your woman into it, even though I don't have shit to say something and make some shit up. That's what got him fucked up with Pusha T. I'm gonna make it ring on you like Virginia Williams. First of all, it's a weak ass line. But then you play with the wrong nigga mentioning that man's wife. You play with the wrong. Now he got to mention your mama, and you don't have shit to say.
Right.
Your homie with cancer.
Yeah, now you fast forward 2024, a nigga is on the song saying, hey, Adonis, I'm sorry your dad is that bitch ass nigga, and you don't have shit to say. Got on the song and told your mama, hey, I hope he die.
Do you think that K-Dot
So I like that
fucked
shit,
up
man.
Drake?
Yeah, I love
that shit.
Do you think K-Dot hit Drake more personally than Pusha T did?
I think he hit him on all of the same points that he hit him on. He added the pedophile shit.
Yeah.
Like, and Pusha T didn't go there, but he just expanded on everything that Pusha T referenced already. And like, Pusha T gave you 2 bars. You made it a hot line. Kendrick made that shit a hot song. This whole song is finna be about the crisis. Pusha T said you afraid to grow your hair, won't nap enough. He about to tell you, nigga,
Drake grew
you're
his
not
hair.
black, call you a colonizer.
Drake grew his hair, and I'm thinking.
He grew his hair right after that.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, the nigga has, like, clear insecurity playing out in front of all of us.
But I say the reason that Pusha T didn't stick as hard as Kendrick shit did is because Pusha T rapped on that Jay-Z beat and it was only put on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Kendrick, we can go on Apple Music, Spotify.
Instagram.
It's on TV, Instagram, TikTok dances.
Yeah. And then I feel
Kendrick
like
a bigger star.
Yeah.
And he's a
like
bigger star.
He put a spotlight. He put Drake under a microscope. Yeah. All his insecurities. He pointed out everything, the way that he dressed, all of that. And so now Drake posting all of these fit pics on his story. Yeah. He said, what is it, the braids? Now Drake just whacked his hair. You know what I'm saying?
His hair off.
It's just a lot that he that he like, brought to the forefront on such a huge stage.
Yeah.
I
wish Kendrick said something about the damn duck lip selfies.
Yeah,
he won't
I was
stop
about to
that
say
shit.
that. I was about to say that, bro.
He won't stop the selfies.
Like I never thought Drake was the coolest person, which was cool with me, fine, because I ain't a cool nigga. But I'm like, gang, don't go out sad either, bro.
And then he waved the white flag, talking about like pretty much
he dropped the
on his
last
story
song
when he said it's time for the summer vibes now. Like, that was fun and games, and then didn't get a hit for the summer.
Right.
Yeah.
Didn't get
Like,
one
that
hit.
was
Not one.
crazy.
And dropped like 10, 12, 14 songs or some shit. Like,
I only heard two.
A bunch of songs came out.
Yeah.
Had
he
a
had
bunch
dropped
of
his,
shit
hard
dropping,
drive
and
or
none
some
of that
shit.
shit stuck. Like, and kept doing it. The nigga sad. He's sad right now. The shit he was doing at the game with DeMar DeRozan was sad as
crazy.
hell.
That was crazy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like this looked real bad, and like 15-year-old me is feeling bad for him.
I'm not.
15-year-old me still liked him enough. But then he was doing questionable shit to me. Like when headlines came out, you're gonna make me catch a body. I was questioning shit like that then. Like, hey, what you talking about, Drake?
Yeah.
But like, I still would have felt bad for him then. 26-year-old me don't give a fuck. New 26. That don't even sound crazy. 2 days ago.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Yeah, but like now, I don't give a fuck. He wild as hell for all the shit he be doing, and the little girls. I don't think it's been enough attention about the little girls.
Because they don't think it's true since no little girl came out and said, yeah, that's true.
Except for the little girls who have. Like, what
little girls have?
It was one. See, that's the thing. Like the shit,
interviews.
The shit don't get the attention that it's supposed to get. It was one girl who was talking about she can't say what happened with Drake because she signed the NDA. Now, obviously, she don't know how her NDA work either.
No, she don't.
Right? But guess what? Would a 17-year-old girl really understand it? Probably not. They got the shit from back when the 17-year-old girl was on stage.
She came out though with a tweet and she said, "You feel me? It wasn't."
You don't have to know you're a victim to be a victim.
When I saw that, I said that too. Like she just don't know that she was a victim, but
right.
he was a
It's
victim.
like if I was 15 and Beyonce called me on stage, that would have been the fucking time of my life.
Yeah.
Right.
Gee, Beyonce grabbed 15-year-old me dick. I'm lit.
You know what I'm saying? Right. I wouldn't, and if anybody ever said anything bad about her, I would be like, no, leave her alone. That was great.
Yeah.
Like, right? You know what I'm saying? But like, so yeah, that's how she felt. Your childhood crush call you on stage or whatever. Your dad in the crowd, so you don't think there's nothing wrong. Yeah, that's how you feel. But like, I know damn if y'all saw me do some shit like that with a 17-year-old girl, y'all supposed to whoop my ass together.
I'll shoot you.
Thank you.
Definitely shoot you.
You see what I'm saying? Like that's how that's supposed to go. Now, the shit wild as hell. It's just been hella evidence of these young ass girls that he be around all the time and shit. And it's too much. It's way too many to be a coincidence. Then there's all the shit. If I was a pedophile, they would have caught me by now.
No, they wouldn't have.
No,
they wouldn't have.
no, Drake.
The most pedophile shit you could ever say.
To even
If I
respond
did
to those
kill him.
allegations like that, like
Now you definitely got to respond.
Yeah.
You definitely got to respond. But see, that's the thing. If you call me a pedophile right now, I'm not gonna say, man, if I was a pedophile, I'm gonna say, man, don't fucking play with me.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
different. Like,
Yeah.
that's how I'm gonna respond. But let you know, like the next thing you say is gonna lead to violence. Don't
Right.
say no shit like that. That's how you respond to somebody calling you a pedophile.
Yeah.
It's not, man, if I was a pedophile, they would have caught me.
Prove
Yeah,
it.
that
Prove
whole-
I'm a pedophile.
Right.
that
Like,
that entire Heart Part 6 track sounded like him just saying like, nuh-uh,
Yeah.
prove it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'm like, bro. And then he did the little monologue at the end. Like, what did he say? If I was really a predator, you would have been a worthy competitor. I turned it off, bro. I'm like, it's over, bro.
Yeah. I remember when he started that shit, and that shit came on. He was losing the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not one round he won. To me.
I just think we just need to call people bitches more.
I agree. We need to bring back shame. That's it.
Like,
Bring
just
back
let
shame.
him know
violence.
that he a bitch
And hip-hop.
and
No.
that that's not cool.
We don't really need the violence unless they do some shit that you should get violent over, like touching on kids. Like,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's move on to another music topic. I guess we can stay on the whole little beef thing real quick. So Future came out and he talked a little bit about, the response to the Like That record and how that has such a chain of events.
Yeah.
And he said basically, shit, this nigga was you feel me, talking about me on my own record. And I ain't give a fuck, so why you niggas gave a fuck?
I don't think he meant that. I don't think he meant any of the things that he was saying.
Okay.
And like when he's talking about there was a beef, like clearly he knew.
Yeah.
Like you don't get 4 niggas to diss one nigga on your album,
Right?
Yeah.
and not know what's going on, right? I think Future was just talking shit, and y'all wasn't supposed to believe that shit. Now when he was talking about me on my song.
Yeah.
If I wasn't mad, like people like, you know, he wasn't talking about you, like, hey, that shit ain't shit to do with you. You was never in the big 3 and shit. Like, I think that's the point. That's what he's saying. Like, he's saying, he literally said, so I'm nobody on my own song. Yeah, like, in a way, yeah, it happened.
Do something about it.
Honestly, I think he's setting up a reunion between him, Drake, and Young Thug.
I agree.
I think it's a lot of people who are saying that, and I don't. It's so hard for me to see that.
Because I base it off of this. So the prior posts or tweets from Young Thug saying we all need to get back together, music not the same without us.
Yeah.
Then you hear stories of, you know, Drake and Future resolving things.
Yeah.
All of a sudden there's no beef. When a couple months, let's say the summertime, you literally worked on an album called We Don't Trust You. You know who Kendrick was talking about. And then my other point to that is,
And the second album called We Still Don't Trust You.
we still don't trust you.
Yeah.
We still don't trust you, bro. That's so intentional. And then on the other hand, you got Future, who made the comment about, you know, he felt like, why would I get mad? I should be mad. He was talking about me on my own track. When it's like, I wouldn't say like the audacity, but like, you know, we all know Future is great. I'm not taking nothing away from him, but that's just like a whole different caliber of rappers that Kendrick was talking about. He was addressing a big 3 theme. So, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like he's trying to reunite.
Yeah.
Like at that, by addressing them and saying that they're the big 3 and not including them in that, you saying, hey, we all better than you, nigga. Like, so.
Like you're the runner-up.
Right. So it's like whether you agree or disagree, Kendrick said it. He said, yeah, and then said it's Big Me. That's why when First Person Shooter came out, before I knew that Kendrick and Drake had any problems, I thought that Drake should have been mad at J. Cole getting on that saying, but I think I'm Muhammad Ali. I'm like, damn, you gonna let this nigga say that?
Yeah.
That's how I felt about it. You gonna let him say he Muhammad Ali and get on here talking about Sardine and Nadine and all these fucking Sophies and who everybody else he was naming that shit. I'm like, okay, he is Muhammad Ali then.
All right.
That's what I felt, you know.
What is so bad with saying that you aren't the best? What's so bad with that? Like
This hip hop and this men.
Even outside of hip hop, just in general, people always say, you know, if a reporter was to ask an NBA prospect, are you the best pick in the draft? You have to say yes. If you don't say yes, then that Shaq gonna fucking kill you on NBA Today or something.
If you're involved in anything that's competitive and you say you're not the best, then go home.
And you really just open yourself up to criticism too by not saying you the best.
And
that's it.
But that's counterproductive to the whole general message that we put out is like, be the best you, be the best version that you could ever be.
See, I don't believe in that shit though.
Why?
I don't believe in that.
Why?
All this motherfucking participation trophy ass bullshit. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, sometimes you good, sometimes you not.
No, I'm not talking about that.
Like everybody be the best. That's all you can do. No, sometimes you can go fucking be better. Like and that's it.
And sometimes you actually can't be the best, but you could be the best you.
And when you can't be the best, you do what I do. And I realized I wasn't going to the NBA. I started to clap for niggas.
Okay.
Right? Like, that's it. Sometimes you just got to bow out the fucking race.
That's what I'm talking about with Future right now.
No, because Future, he still is competitive, though.
Yeah, but you are not on Drake's level, period.
Now, when you say period, what do you mean by that?
Statistically, that's one. Popularity, that's 2.
And that's it. Because once we get to talking about the music, Future been putting out better music than Drake for a long time.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah, you can go neck and neck with the music when it comes to Drake and Future.
Very subjective. I think more
Super
people would
subjective.
choose Drake over Future, but
more people
cool.
because of the shit that he's making. So yeah, if we sit right here and make the little pop record that's supposed to appeal to everybody versus I'm on this song talking about codeine, of course more people are gonna choose that one. But like the people who are actually judging the music, the people who the music is for, I ain't ever include no white people in my opinion, right? So by the time you remove the white people, then you got to remove the statistics and that whole conversation. Now we literally just talking about who got the better songs. And I can tell you, Drake ain't never made a motherfucking March Madness. Drake ain't never made a motherfucking Codeine Crazy. Like, and we ain't even got to go back that far. A lot of the shit that Future was putting out this year, I've been listening to Future all year. But motherfucker, we still don't trust you.
I mean,
like,
Future
I love that shit.
Future had a good year, but
And so why did Drake need to keep running to Future then? Like Kendrick said,
you run to Atlanta when you need a hit.
I'm talking about if the topic was who's the big three rappers.
Yeah.
A lot of people would definitely choose and put Drake in their big three, right? And
100%.
so
that's why they are the big three. Like I think people like decide like who can be in your big three and shit. Like that's some other shit niggas need to stop doing. Like the big three, it was a label that was created for them specifically. So it's like saying, no, I think it should be Tyler the Creator. I think you're a dumbass. Like nobody put him in it. It wasn't him.
Yeah.
The big three was Cole, Kendrick, and Drake, and that's why everybody talked about them. Like, you know, that's it.
And Future knows that. Future knows that's the big three, right? And so why say I should be he didn't say this, but I'm saying like just the idea of what we talking about, what's so wrong with just saying I'm not the best?
If I can interject.
What's so wrong with him just saying I'm not actually in the big three?
I think he did say that though. He did. He said
in
that.
So
he
many
said,
words.
I ain't mad.
Look,
to
your point, I think it's the monetary value behind, like subconsciously they know them saying like, well, I can potentially be the best or I'm the best. They know they have a fan base who takes pride in them, and also it'll make them relevant in other conversations. I think like it's just a monetary value that they still keep in mind. Like you see J. Cole, if he was to take the humble approach, like him backing out of the fight, for instance, like that let a lot of people down. And that kind of like, now when you say certain things in certain songs, now it's like, okay, we can't really take you serious when you're saying who the best, who better than me. Like that's a lot of his rhetoric.
Who rapping this incredibly and shit like like
nigga, not you. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, but I mean,
even if
of
he
course,
go crazy, I don't care.
Yeah, exactly. So it kind of like dilutes their greatness to a degree. So
and I think a lot of the problem, like something you touched on a little bit, like the fans taking pride. Like when you saying I think the artists themselves should say that they're the best. I think as a fan, you don't have to listen to the best niggas. You can listen to who you like, right? So I think like it's okay for like the Taylor Swift fans to say I like Taylor Swift, but they don't have to say she better than fucking Beyonce. Like y'all could all shut the fuck up.
No, they
right?
genuinely do think that though.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. But you don't have to.
That's crazy.
You don't have to think that.
Yeah, you don't have to say.
It's like because a lot of people. All this time, I've always thought like Jay-Z is my favorite rapper because I say he's the best. I say he's better than everybody. I think it's him and then the far gap between everybody else. My favorite rapper has always been Kanye. That's how I discovered Jay-Z's music,
man.
listening to Kanye. I know Kanye not the best fucking rapper. I know that. But what make me feel the best when I get in my car, I'm turned on this Yeezy. That shit, I like it. So everybody don't have to be the best. I like G Herbo. That's my favorite rapper, like rapping like right now, young rapping and shit, like is him. I think he rap better than a lot of people, a whole lot of people. And I'm not gonna go around saying, hey, this nigga rap better than Drake, even though I could put forth that argument.
I think so.
I could make that argument.
Rapping for rapping, I think so.
Right. See, I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, you ain't too far off.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it's like your favorite doesn't have to be the best. But if you are making the shit, you absolutely should feel it's the best.
G Herbo a better rapper than Drake.
I think so.
So if G Herbo and K-Dot was to be beefing, he would put up a better fight.
Absolutely, because he gonna tell him he'll shoot him. And we think he mean it. So
that ain't got nothing to do with the bars though.
It's gonna be a better fight than what Drake put up because Drake put up a bunch of bullshit.
It's gonna be a shorter fight.
A shorter fight?
Yeah.
Probably.
So it ain't gonna be a better fight. It's gonna be too short.
Yeah, that just like I don't know, bro. Rap beef always, to me, it comes down to like the why. Like, how did Kendrick Lamar and G Herbo even cross paths to beef to the point where they rapping on wax? Like, what transpired?
Yeah, I would love
that. Then will determine like, okay, this is good, this is bad.
See, that's the thing about this whole Drake shit. We really don't know what the fuck happened.
Kendrick just woke up one morning and was fed up. That nigga just fed up, bro.
I think Kendrick and Drake, they've been having like back and forth since
for a minute.
The Control shit.
Right?
That was it.
That was the start of it.
Yeah, he did the BET Cypher, so he tucked the sensitive rapper back in his pajama clothes and all that shit, because Drake was talking about it was harsh words and all kind of soft shit he was saying.
Yeah.
But, you know, so like with them, I could see the progression. But like, I want to know what the fuck happened with everybody else. Like, how did all these other niggas get in? Like, what the fuck? Why is The Weeknd on this song singing, dissing you?
I mean, he got beef with Drake.
You know, right.
They
but
had a pass.
I didn't know shit about that. I thought they was friends.
Drake wanted to
Oh,
sign
no, they had a... Boy, I could...
You know what I'm saying? Look,
I can honestly say I do think everybody had a legit reason for why they didn't fuck with dude.
Yeah, and they just want to make it seem like it's clout. They jealous of him.
Yeah, no. I think they all had a legit reason. I think it's all rooted in a similar thing too. Like, I think he just smelt himself and he just want power, and they wasn't fucking with that because they also think he a lame ass nigga.
Especially the Weeknd.
Yeah.
Like, especially the Weeknd. The Weeknd think Drake a fucking dweeb.
Yeah, I know now.
And it's funny coming from the Weeknd, bro. Like,
like
Drake hates that nigga, bro.
That shit is crazy. Like, I don't even know
what happened. I never had the backstory on the Weeknd and Drake.
And so the Weeknd was broken, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Broke as hell.
Broke as hell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And cross paths with Drake. Link in the studio. They do their studio thing. Drake writes stuff for him. Weeknd writes stuff for Drake. Typical. Basically what the fuck we was doing. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then it comes to a point where Drake's like, all right, come sign. And the Weeknd like, nah. And the Weeknd goes sign with like Warner or Atlantic or something, a real fucking label. Mm-hmm. And then it was up from there.
Drake thought he had it in the bag. Mm-hmm. Like, he thought, I did all I needed for this broke ass nigga. Yeah,
Drake
he
thought
definitely gonna sign. I'm bad.
It was his artist, and the Weeknd said, no, we were collaborators, and I'm finna go do my deal. And then Drake ain't like that.
And that was the best decision he could have made for his life.
100%
with Drake.
Yeah, because
because Drake then ran through Roy Woods, who was talented, who didn't go nowhere.
He fucked McConan up.
McConan, who didn't go nowhere. Division, who
they trying to recover. Yeah, Division, they doing.
I ain't never really believe in Division, but I give y'all that.
His verse on Faithful was so crazy. His verse on Views, that song Faithful.
I did like that.
That's what made me go like search out.
We gotta talk about them like they're an item. It's two of them.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
You know,
dang, put some respect on my niggas. I don't like their music, but it's two of them.
That's crazy. You don't like their music.
It just don't do nothing for me.
That's crazy.
I only know one song. That song they dropped with that Jay-Z sample that came out like last year, 2 years ago or something.
See, you will only know. I don't know no Jay-Z sample they use.
I like Too Deep.
Nah, they was talking about, like, that was why I heard the song, because it was big, because Jermaine Dupri was posting it like, thank you, Jay-Z, for letting them sample this and shit. So everybody thought it was about to be something good, and everybody was like real disappointed. So if I get caught cheating.
I got you. Okay.
That shit was terrible.
That song. I hated that song.
So that was it for me. So
no, they have way better music than that.
Yeah, they got way better music than that.
Ain't nobody play it for me.
I shit on them all day, but they got better music than that shit.
Yeah, no, that shit was ass.
That Too Deep.
I'm glad
crazy.
it got
that Too Deep was hard.
And they got better songs than Too Deep. Come on, y'all tripping.
I ain't a believer.
Y'all
show me something.
I'm gonna get y'all together.
And I'm open to being a believer of them, because like I don't think like they not somebody that I'm like, nigga, turn that shit off. It's like I just don't like them.
But they signed to Drake.
No, yes, they signed to OVO.
Oh, so Kendrick Lamar gonna say we supporting the OV hoes and fuck us too, right?
Damn.
He just said fuck everybody got sympathy for the other side. He just said that today.
Yeah, fuck Division.
I don't want to be in no songs. That nigga talking about the nigga in the burgundy Nike tag. You know, now this the shit. No, you don't know what that nigga see.
Okay, all right. Well,
no, I'm joking.
The last music topic I got for us actually is more than, it's so much that happened since we was podding, man. Okay, so Tyler, the Creator, he put out his latest album, Chronocopia. Chromacopia.
I only know how to say it because of Northwest. Shout out to her.
And he had a crazy first week sale, right? Yeah. It was like over 400K.
I thought something like that. Yeah, I know it's a lot.
It was a lot. It was his highest debuted first week of all albums, period. And I was interested in that number because I was actually paying attention to the rollout. Like we all said that we were paying attention to it. And so I wanted to ask or pose the question, do we think that rollouts aren't being utilized like they used to, and that could help with the way that you sell your music today.
100.
These niggas, bro. So it's not that they're not being utilized. It's like people get that, like, you had that one artist that does that super creative rollout. Sometimes organic stuff happens in between it. Sometimes it's created by them. But it'll be super creative. It'll work. They sell, they tour, all that other shit. What happens in music is that no one knows what they're doing. No one in music truly knows what they're doing. Like when it comes to marketing and sales, really actually making money from it, no one truly knows what they're doing. So when they see a rollout work for somebody else, they mirror that. And let's say the second person come along, they mirror it, but it still looks, authentic, organic, whatever. When you get down to artists fucking 67's rollout about 2-3 years after that first super creative one that happened, we don't give a fuck no more.
Okay.
And it might not work for that artist, but that's not a bad rollout. We just seen it too many times. I feel like with this Tyler rollout, we haven't seen something like it in hip hop in a while. And hip hop for the last year been consumed with Drake and Kendrick.
And a little bit of Ye.
Tab
it.
Yeah, I would throw Ye in there. I would definitely throw Ye in there.
Yeah,
Can't stop, won't stop. I just fucked your bitch in the shot. Let me put play.
So
I like that remix a little bit though.
And then the
Little
Drake
bit.
and Kendrick beef had to stop at some point.
Yeah.
So whenever that beef stops, whoever got I don't even like to use best or better, but whoever got the more creative, engaging rollout, who comes behind that, them niggas finna eat, because it's finna be a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
I think it's
That's just to me.
It's true. I think with Tyler the Creator, it's very hard for us to see like the actual success of the rollout for real, right? And I think a lot of people won't see it this way, but a lot of the numbers were based on the vinyl sales, right?
And he had those already printed and ready to ship out.
Right. So like most people who do vinyl sales don't have it that way. So he definitely executed that like perfectly.
Yeah.
Right. So that shit would impact those numbers. That's why a lot of times you would see somebody's album re-enter the top 10 like 4 months after it came out because they finally shipped the fucking vinyls, right? But like his shit was ready to go right then. So his 250,000 or whatever he had out of that 400,000, are we looking at it like these different things that he did with the rollout? If we look at it as saying, okay, well, you really like that's like 150 around there without it. Are we looking at that as if it's just like insanely more successful than everybody else with those numbers, right? Like, and I don't think so. So I think the rollout was definitely real creative, and he definitely executed it very well. And I think obviously a lot of the fans really liked the music because it just stayed number one. He did 100-something thousand every week after that. Right?
No, they like that music.
Yeah,
They like that music.
Right. But I think to look at the rollout and the number and put them together, I think that's gonna be hard because, like you were saying, to try to duplicate that, you gotta have 250,000 fucking vinyls ready to ship when your shit drop. You know what I'm saying? Like, or it's not gonna happen because that you're not getting 400,000 from your
Streaming and
streams.
CDs.
Right? Like Drake in 21 did 300-some thousand. We know Drake is the biggest, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I see success like that. That shit definitely worked for him. But like, it's hard to judge it as a rollout as a whole.
So do you now include the tactics that you take to increase sales as a part of the rollout because of that having to be there for you to get the numbers that you want? So and just because we're in this digital world and you can play with the numbers and shit, do you now say, okay, that is something we include in the rollout when we try to examine it and how they did their thing to get the sales that they got?
So you're saying like, are we judging the numbers? Like, are basically like
when we dissect his rollout, do we also keep in mind and include that in our take that he did this with the vinyls and that was a good thing, it was intentional, and that is a part of the rollout?
Yeah, you should.
It's definitely part of the rollout because the thing, but we got to know it's an album coming to buy the vinyls.
Yeah.
So it's like it is absolutely a part of the rollout, whether or not we want it to be or not.
Yeah.
Like that is the rollout, nigga. You're buying the album.
Yeah, because Nicki Minaj, like when she was battling with Travis Scott,
Yeah.
she didn't like that shit. She was saying he only got the shit because of the bundles and the hoodies with the
and it's
album
true.
purchase.
And I think she was 100% correct that time.
Right. But
I don't want to speak about Nicki too much if I might say the wrong thing. But that time she was 100% correct, because if these numbers are about the music, why the fuck am I buying hoodies and this shit is getting credited for music? I like the hoodie. I don't give a fuck about that. I know the people who bought Travis's hoodies or whatever the fuck he was selling, they like the music too. But like that shouldn't be measured by somebody who only sold their music. And we gotta compete for these numbers, and this shit is gonna look different for our accolades, for our career. And this nigga wasn't selling music.
I ain't gonna hold you. Being a graphic designer and how that just opened my mindset up to how a lot of everything is connected with the music, I kind of see it a little differently. I can see how that hoodie, if designed with intention to add more of a concept to the music, then I can see that being similar to the vinyl. Like I know when I create my cover arts, that shit is intentional.
Right.
And so what if I was to sell a poster on the website with the album like he did with the vinyl?
But I think it's about I'm only buying one thing. Am I buying the hoodie that came with an album? Oh shit, this hoodie got an album. That's nice. Or am I buying the album and I get a hoodie?
Yeah.
Because those are different things. Like it's like if you buy the album and you get a free hoodie, that's way different. That means shit, I really wanted the album. But they might have wanted the free hoodie, but the album was cheaper.
Right.
But I could even take it. I even respect that more, because it's like, shit, you had to buy this album versus you had the album. I gave it to you, like when they put U2 album on all our fucking phones. Like none of us wanted to hear that shit. It was just on there. Okay. And I think I might like your hoodie because I'm one of them. I'm real into fashion, so I got to show I got the newest merch going to school, whatever. But I don't listen to no fucking Travis Scott. Okay. I just got to show that I like it, that I got the shit. You know what I'm saying? I think that you can easily manipulate the numbers like that. Yeah. And I'm just not a fan of it. I can understand it from a business side. Like when Jay-Z did I'm gonna sell 1 million albums before the album come out, I'm gonna sell it shit to Samsung. I love it on the business side. You get your platinum certification, all that. But when his shit was #1 on the chart, everybody else only had to compete with the album numbers. They didn't include that million. So his 500-some thousand, that was the albums. Not the million. So cool. So his shit was still #1, but that's because he outsold you. Okay. It wasn't because Samsung bought the albums. Gotcha. It wasn't that. So like I think it's a different thing when you got these bundles. And I think with Tyler, when he did it with the vinyls, they bought the music. Yeah.
I feel like the other side to a rollout, or the other purpose rather, is to also build the world that your audience is like tuning into. Yeah. Like a lot of times we've all, ran into like ambush albums where these super creative artists go and take on a totally different sound and totally different style and like, aesthetic sonically, but didn't take the time to kind of introduce that during a rollout. So people like Tyler the Creator and like Kanye West and Travis Scott, who tend to like jump into different styles and sounds, I think that's who it's really for. To do those super creative rollouts, or even like a Ye where he's even dressing like how his album sounds, and hiring paparazzi to flick him up with a mask on and different type of clothing. So now we get into the album and it's these like super harsh 808s and these like super harsh synths and stuff like that. Yeah. I think that's who the rollouts are really for. But somebody who just finna kind of put a compilation together, I think like they can just throw an Instagram post out there and like what I'm saying? Do a couple podcasts and then boom, roll the album out.
I think you 100% correct, but I think it should be the other way around, because a lot of like the people who do the world building with they roll out, right? Like most of the time we gonna feel that with the music. These niggas who putting out this unfocused ass projects and shit, you need to do a little bit more of a rollout. You need to let me know what the fuck I'm about to get into, because I don't know right now. Like you drop all these singles, they different and shit. You need to tell me something, right? Like when Travis was doing Astro World, all right, cool. We finna get a whole bunch of astronomical sound and shit. Yeah, and then we did, right? And I liked it, but like some of these, like he didn't need to do too much for that. because we was gonna feel it anyway. And I think sometimes a lot, like the people who put the effort into the rollout are the same people who put the effort into the music, and it shows.
Yeah.
So I think it's like they just put effort into everything versus you got the same people who the music sound like they ain't put no effort into it. The rollout sound like they ain't put no effort into it. And then it come out and the numbers look like they ain't put no fucking effort into it.
Yeah.
Like, and that's what it is.
Like, we should be able to look at your fan base and be like, okay, you listen to so-and-so, or he listen to so-and-so, or this the type of vibe he on right now.
Yeah.
Like, if you successfully pull that off and build that world that people want to be a part of and express, then I think that's a perfect way to identify that for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Young Thug. Young Thug was released.
He was.
Yes.
He was. Shout out Glorilla. She didn't do nothing. I just wanted to make sure we mention her.
Glorilla should be shout out.
I love her.
She should be shout
And
out.
her new album. But Young Thug is out.
Young Thug is out.
Shout out to him too.
About downtown,
I
bro.
don't
That
know.
case was
I don't know if I want to shout out Young Thug, but sure.
Hey, yeah, I thought about it after I said it. I definitely did. Like, now somebody wouldn't like that, but yeah.
And he's out on a 15-year probation.
Yeah.
Now we got Mr. Lawyer here, so maybe you can add a little more details to what we don't put out there. But do we think this release and him being on probation for 15 years, he can't be around felons? He can't do music with none of them niggas. He can't talk about
be in
anything.
Metro Atlanta.
He can't talk about anything gang related or shit murderous in his music. And he can work with Gunna.
Yeah.
Do we think this is a setup?
You should. The game of probation is a setup.
Okay.
In general.
Okay.
So
Now his particular terms. Talk about his case. Do we think this is a setup?
well, a setup for what?
A setup for him going right back to the slammer. For them to actually get him on the charge they want to get him on.
Like if this is a setup to put him in jail,
Yeah.
like him solely.
Yes.
Okay, then. I mean, I don't think they want Young Thug that bad. Like crime all comes down to money. So I'm like, I don't really. And at this point, you spent so much in court for the last fucking year. It's like,
Yeah.
dude, I don't
That's
think.
why I can see them wanting him in jail, because this was the longest trial ever in Georgia.
Right, but you bleeding all this money out, like you still making your bread. So I don't think, it's like we need Young Thug in here.
No,
Especially when you in Atlanta, when you got a whole neighborhood full of 13-year-olds with machine pistols. You gonna get your money.
No, that's the money part that you missing out on.
What?
They spent all that bread having
Right.
this trial. They need that back.
Right.
We can't have this AOB on our. This is the longest. We made history with this bitch.
And
Right.
they only let him go at the point where they felt like they had to.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're asking me, is the state doing this for the money?
Yes.
Okay.
Is the state here to set up Young Thug?
I don't think so, no.
I think yes and no.
Okay.
Like it's a fair take,
I-
but I don't think that's intentional. Go on, bro.
Because for me to say yes, I would have to see it as a scheme where, like, okay, since we know we couldn't convict him, then we are going to give him this freedom that we know he can't maintain so that we can have him back and we can skip the conviction.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Because that is the situation where when now they don't have to convict him of shit once he did that plea deal.
Yeah, they don't got to go back to trial or nothing.
The thing is, like he was saying, I think all probation is a setup for you to go back to jail.
Yes.
That was why I wanted him to go first, so that before I expanded and talked about that, like all of the probation in general, most of the time you going back to jail because one, just the thing of you can't be around any other felons, right? So the day he got out, y'all, I'm not snitching. The shit is on the internet.
Who was it, T.I.?
The day you would T.I. the day you got out of jail.
40 minutes you out of prison, you a T.I.
You
Yeah.
40, like, so I don't know exactly how that works. With why they didn't get him.
Yeah.
Maybe they gave him a warning and was like, yeah, nigga, not him.
Yeah.
I don't know. But like it is very hard to say I'm not gonna be around any felons. I'm not gonna talk about any of these things in these songs and be in the music industry. And particularly around the people that he has been around. Like those kind of rappers and all of that. Like how are you gonna do that? It's not really possible.
Like you really can't go around nobody.
Right, and for 15 years. And the thing, you know how hard it is to remember who got convicted of some shit? Like, especially as a rapper, right? So, Shine, right, who is now a politician in Belize, if you weren't up to date on his case from 2001 or some shit like that, from when we was little fucking babies, you might go around this politician thinking shit sweet. No, now your ass is locked up again because you decided to talk to the motherfucker about Belize. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's a setup for sure. Like, they know how easy it is for you to end up in jail. I don't think it's as simple as like, oh yeah, shit, fuck it, we'll give him this because we know his ass gonna be back. Because he can do it. The likelihood of you successfully navigating that shit for 15 years is just low. It's low for everybody. That's why the whole shit is a scam. You know, I'm against the whole prison industrial complex. Like they know exactly what they're doing when they put these sentences on people. The thing is, like, 15 fucking years.
Yes.
If there's somebody that you need to watch for 15 years because you think they're a danger, they shouldn't be at home, right?
Just put them in jail.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever babysat a kid and you like, okay, I gave some sugar, let me watch his ass until he get tired or something, right? If you thought, I need to watch this kid until his mama come
and not
get
take
him,
him on my site.
you gonna put a little bit more extra care into watching that kid, right? Like, you're not gonna be on the phone with your feet up on the wall. You know, you're not gonna be all that. You're gonna know where that little motherfucker at. So if I need to watch somebody for the next 15 years, I think this motherfucker is gonna cause havoc. That I need to watch him for that long.
Yeah.
He don't need to be at home, right?
Yeah.
Like, and so a lot of the shit is a contradiction within itself. Like, where it just really don't make sense.
So did you dig into it any on why they would even agree to 15 years? Thug's side, his defense?
Because they were gonna let him go home that day. That's the answer that they gave. And they're like, yeah, he can go home that day. He's just gonna do whatever he needs to. He's been fighting this case, he's been away from his kids. His kids, well, like, I know one of his the mother of some of his kids passed while he was in jail.
Yeah.
Like, if he got the chance to go home and be with them, you're gonna take it. And you're gonna tell yourself that you're gonna do what the fuck you need to do for 15 years. That's a big fucking promise. But when you've been away from your kids for 3 years, it's been a long time. I don't know if it's been exactly 3, but however long it's been, you've been away from your kids, you might be strong enough to go do it now. Shit, I'm not. You tell me, somebody told me right now I can't smoke for 15 years. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do.
I'm smoking crack.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so shit like that. Nah, I don't have no kids. I ain't put myself in a position. I ain't got no kids, no felonies. But somebody gonna tell me I can't smoke or I got nothing I need to get back to right now. But like, shit, that's a long time. I don't know what I'm gonna do 15 years from now. 15 months from now, I don't know where I'm gonna be.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So like, is it a setup? Yeah and no, because it's all a setup.
Okay.
You can't hang with no
probation.
felons. Like, you know how hard it is to avoid Gucci in Atlanta? He just been like, come on, G.
Okay, now I want to talk about this, and let's say it's not Young Thug. Let's say this is a typical average Joe, but still have the same 15-year probation, right? And you can't be around felons.
Okay.
Is that a good thing for that person to be forced to not be around a group of people that typically might get him in bad things?
It's supposed to be, but it also could be a bad thing depending on who that felon is and why they're a felon, right? Because we know it's a bunch of people who are convicted felons because they wanted to go home. Because they said, if you say you do this shit, you can go home. And if you don't, then you're going to sit in jail for this many years or the rest of your life. Yeah. So it's a bunch of people who are good people who are at home and could be somebody's support system. And you tell them that now they got to stay away from them. Like, so it's a case-by-case thing. Like, I know right now I have an uncle who is a convicted felon. I have other people in my family younger than me who don't know that because that's not anything we was ever going around talking about. So if somebody else got convicted of some shit and they came back home, I don't think we was going to talk about him being a convicted felon in the meantime. Yeah. Right? So it's like, it's a lot of ways that you can trap people easily with shit like that. Like, now it puts the responsibility on me to know every single one of y'all and who y'all around. Like, I didn't ask you if you got a convicted felony when I came in here.
Clean as a whistle.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, I didn't ask you. Yeah. You didn't ask me. I told you already, but like, that's a big responsibility to put on the average person. That damn, I'm just getting out of jail. Everywhere I go, I gotta make sure ain't nobody in this bitch I can't be seen with. Yeah.
That's everywhere you go.
Yeah, you know, and I do think so. Yeah, maybe if you and a bunch of niggas got convicted of a felony together, maybe y'all don't need to be together no more. Right? So
Especially if you got caught.
Yeah, right.
Maybe y'all don't need to run together no more.
Yeah, not y'all.
Break this
Not
shit
y'all.
up.
Yeah. But like some people, I'm sure that can be detrimental.
So I'm against, the terms. I think it's a setup. I'm on all y'all sides for everything that has been said of why it's a setup.
Mm-hmm.
But when I think about how do we prevent that person to even be in that position, I get why that will be terms, right? Because why do you willingly want to be around bad people? We're not talking about the niggas that aren't bad but have been convicted with felonies. I'm talking about the actual real felons. The people that did the shit, knew what they was doing. We are around a crowd. We choose to be around that crowd. Sometimes it's forced. Sometimes, you forced to be around those bad crowds.
Right.
I'm talking about the people that choose to be around those crowds.
Mm-hmm.
We can't do nothing but say, hey, you shouldn't do that. And then it's up to them to do it or not do it, right?
Shit, you don't even say that. Give your ass the free choice to be an idiot. But I'm following with you.
I'm lost on preventing what the fuck is gonna happen to that black man. If all I can do is say, hey, you shouldn't do it, and he still do the shit. Like, what do you do from beginning to help prevent that nigga from choosing to go do that dumb shit?
You give it up to God. You do your due diligence and give your forewarning. Hey, gang, stay from over there. I don't think that's a good look for you. Protect yourself. Once you lay that on him and he go, shit, I'm gonna go fuck with my nigga. Hey, you just gotta watch that car crash.
Right. You sound like, what can the court do?
No,
just we as a community, right?
Yeah, because the court ain't involved until they involved.
Well, right. So yeah, but because you sound like the terms of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm talking about preventing it even getting to that point.
Preventing him ever from being on probation.
Yes.
Oh,
okay,
I was hearing you wrong.
Yes.
Right. We was talking about
not
once
being
he's on
in that
probation,
position.
How do we prevent him?
Yeah,
from
no, I'm talking about that.
Right. So how do we prevent him from ever being there?
Yeah, it's a long, layered-winded answer.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
We got to go back to our Black History episode.
Yeah.
I think it's so many things. I truly believe that education is the only way that we can address issues as a community, because education is the only thing that reaches every person. Mm-hmm. If you are not trying to reach every person, you're not really trying to reach the whole community, right? And so, but the school system touches every kid. Everybody has to go. I think that's where the change is to be made. I don't think anything outside of that can really make the difference, because most things outside of that, you're already too late. We talk about niggas for becoming gangbangers in their 20s. If you became a gangbanger in your 20s, you're getting talked about. That means it's the kids.
Yeah.
So by the time, if it's anything out after the education system is supposed to have an effect, it's already too late.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot of voters.
It's a lot of voters.
Yeah.
Know what districts you live in, so you can know who to vote in and out.
Fuck. I had a question to what you just said. Am I out of touch because of the education that I went to go get? When I say that education is the great answer, I think that is the ideal answer. Mm-hmm. But I also feel like sometimes I feel like it's just common sense. Like, you feel like you shouldn't be doing this, but you want to. It's fun. Like, this my nigga.
That's human nature, and that's never gonna change. How many people fucking somebody they ain't supposed to?
So, and so my question is, do we think there's no way to prevent any of that?
Yeah. Okay. So it's the education, the awareness. I think we got to change the shit that people think is cool to begin with, right? Like, you can't make me feel like a bitch for protecting a woman, right? Unless you told me from the time I was 3 years old that if I protect a woman, I'm a bitch, right? So it's like we got to change the shit that we tell people about what they supposed to believe and what is supposed to be admirable and shit like that. Like, and a lot of the people who we look up to are not the people who we should look up to. And I don't mean like people talk about celebrity worship and shit like that. Like, that's a different conversation. I mean people within our neighborhoods, right? Like, it's a lot of us who looked up to the nigga who had the nice shit because we didn't know why he had the nice shit, right? Like, well, it's shit that we got to change with what we want and our desires and shit like that. But all of that, I think, can only happen in the school system.
Really?
We can't.
Starting.
as big as Chance the Rapper is, I ain't never heard Chance the Rapper say he was gonna kill nobody. Never heard nothing like that, right? For every rapper with a positive message, it's 10 with the regular shit that we've been hearing. Mm-hmm. Every positive movie that you could put out there is 10 more powers and shit like that we gotta watch too, right? So it's like anything else, whether it's especially through media, like the people think that we could change things, it's just a little too far already. It's a little too late.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like the school system is the only way that we can do it. And when I say education, I don't mean like, oh, they get an education, so they got to do something better. I just mean the education system. Mm-hmm. Right? Because I do think that being a teacher, being an educator in general, you do more than teach this fucking Pythagorean theorem, right? Like a lot of the time, you raising these
you're
people.
Raising them kids.
You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the shit that I believe today as a man, and the way I conduct myself was shit that I had to learn from my high school basketball coach, because we spent a whole lot of fucking time together over 4 years, right? Mm-hmm. So that impact is there, and I mean shit like that, where it's like, and you don't got to go necessarily be the coach. But like we were talking about the guy who don't like the kids. What's his name again?
Who?
The guy.
Gary.
Oh, Vernon.
Right, Vernon.
I'm gonna get cooked for this.
Vernon don't like the kids, right? Like we need programs and shit like that to somebody to have something to do. Like, so the kids having other shit to do, but like just shit that we can have connections with. Because I like kids. I always like kids, working with kids, helping kids, anything like that. But like, if I don't have a program for these kids to come be in, I can't have no relationship with the kids in my neighborhood, because now I'm just the creepy nigga that's always trying to talk to the kids, right?
Facts.
So I need to have a basketball team. I need to have a recreational center that they could come to, or something. I need to have something to offer these kids more than advice.
Talking to them, yeah.
Because everybody got something to say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So how can you differentiate that? So a lot of people talk about they need mentors. We need black men in the homes. We need black men talking to the kids, all this shit. All that shit y'all talking about, it sound great. If it could happen, it could happen. But like, give me a tangible way that we can get to that first, mm-hmm. without the education. Mm-hmm. And then I'll shut the fuck up about the education. But nobody can tell me how we can get more black men in the homes without talking about something that relies on education. Because why are these men not in the homes? Why are they not providing, right, in the ways that everybody think they are, right? If we talk about their life and how they ended up in that position, saying if he got a better education, he wouldn't be in that position where he couldn't take care of his kids, everybody get that, right? But then when they talk about, oh, the kids are out here going around shooting people because their daddy's not taking care of them, well, damn, like, are y'all missing the connection? Like, that these uneducated kids with these uneducated parents are doing uneducated shit? Like, I don't see another way that we can really affect change without educating people, and not just about math. Like, can we talk to people in the class about just how to treat people right?
Yeah, we need an ethics class or a social media class at this point.
Shit like that, yeah. Like, and that's even like because they don't have social media classes and shit like that. I remember when I was in 7th grade, we had to take computer classes on how to type and shit like that, right? And in those classes, they were telling us about how to learn, how to determine if this is a first person source, like
third person,
right? All that kind of shit like that. Like, and they don't how to find scammers on the internet. They was teaching us shit like that. They don't teach these kids shit like that now. And they have way more access to social media than we had when we was in 7th grade. Like, it was only a few things out there. Now they got all this new shit that you ain't never even heard of. Mm-hmm. That shit coming out every week. And it's kids on there, and they getting all the same kind of information. I do think social media plays a huge part in everything that we talking about.
Yes.
But I think,
education still lies with that.
Yeah. How can we reach people?
We need a social media curriculum at this point.
Yeah, for real. Like, they really need to teach it and teach how to keep yourself safe on there, first of all, because it's a lot of just bad shit and bad people.
Right.
Just how to deal with people, how to talk to people, and even just how to form an argument in general.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
there's so many times that you might say you like apples and I say I like oranges, and he say he like grapes. What the fuck do any of those have to do with each other? Mm-hmm. Like, if you say apples are better than oranges, I should say why the orange is better than the apple. Mm-hmm. I shouldn't say.
And you should respond talking about the apple. You shouldn't go, well, apples are better than oranges because you ugly.
Yeah.
And your mama fat. And it's
Right.
like,
You know, and now, cause now we in here fighting, and they saying, oh, look at them dumb niggas over there fighting about apples and oranges.
Okay.
Even though now it's not about the apples or oranges.
Right.
It's never about the apple or the orange.
Yes.
But like people don't know how to do that and how to have that kind of conversation. So I think a lot of times when you say education, people think like, oh, okay, how is teaching this nigga some math gonna make him not shoot somebody?
Yeah.
It's not that. Because I took a logic class in college where we were going over fallacies and shit. We did the fallacies in high school, but nobody really gave a fuck about them.
Yeah.
When I redid them, and I saw at that time, and I was like, oh, okay, I get what's happening. I get how people are being manipulated and shit with language and all of that. Then that might actually prevent somebody from fighting each other because we understand each other better.
Man, that need
now
to be
I
taught
see the
to
bullshit
everybody.
that you just tried to pull on me because I heard everything that you said.
Yes.
So now I don't have to fight you.
That got to be a mandatory class like language and math. You can't pass the grade unless you get this shit.
Exactly. I do think a lot of it is education. It's just education is in such a bad place right now in the country.
Yeah. Okay.
That don't look.
I ain't got nothing to add. You pretty much touched on, a lot on that. We're going to go ahead and try to tie out the episode and touch on the mental health segment.
yeah, because I got to pee like a mother.
Yeah, so all of that we talked about with the Young Thug, and are there any preventive measures that we can have in place to get people to not even be in that position?
I mean, don't run street gangs.
I mean, had to do with. I saw like an interesting conversation about mistakes. I think yesterday.
Oh yeah, I like talking about mistakes.
I fuck with
People
mistakes.
Get that shit wrong.
Okay, so do you want to talk about the denotation of a mistake, or do you want to start there?
Oh sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want us to talk about mistakes and then certain costs of a mistake. And so I guess you can start with the denotation of it, which is the definition of a mistake.
The definition is more about like it has to be something like that causes an unintended consequence, right? That you do. Like so, if you draft the wrong player and you end up losing, that's a mistake, right? Doing something, smacking you and feeling bad about it is not a mistake. I did that shit on purpose. The consequence was my intended action. So it has to be some kind of action that causes something unintended.
Yes.
And that's the mistake.
Yes.
And I think that's the part that people get wrong so much. They just think it's something I did wrong. I can call it a mistake and everything is cool. No, the fuck it's not.
Yeah, like having...
Especially if you intentionally did it.
Right. Like, that's not like people talk about like cheating. They made one mistake. That's not a fucking mistake. How you have sex by mistake?
How you accidentally do that shit?
You know what I'm saying? Like you feel bad about it now. You didn't enjoy it enough or whatever the fuck happened.
Yeah.
But you didn't get fucked by mistake.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Like that
Getting
didn't
fucked
happen.
by mistake is crazy.
You know, that's like I hate
Like,
that-
it's either
that
consensual
vine.
or rape.
Remember
Like,
that
which
vine
one
that
is
the
it?
girl was talking about she sucked dick on accident?
Yeah. I mean...
I hated that mama recorded her daughter's situation.
Yeah.
But like you can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
Like, you held the dick in your hand on accident, too? Like,
No.
I mean, if you're getting, assaulted, it's different.
But it's still not an accident. That's forced.
That's forced, yes. But
And
it
that's
is
a
different.
crime.
It is different.
Yeah. It's a whole different thing. I think people.
yeah, you ain't make a mistake.
Yeah.
You fucked with the wrong nigga. That could have been the mistake, but you wanted that dick in your mouth.
All right, so we're gonna choose a different example now.
Please do, because you got us running a real, yeah.
I ain't say that shit. Cal did.
I did. That's
Okay.
We walking a really tight rope right
So
now.
we have this idea. We don't, but this is a traditional saying: is they're young. Get all your mistakes out while you're young. Do that shit while you're young. Have fun.
How can you tell a motherfucker to get out a mistake? At that point, it is not a fucking mistake.
Right?
You telling me to go be dumb and it's okay because I'm young.
Yeah.
Gee, I be telling these like little stories all the time. Like when I was like coming up, like growing up and shit and doing what the fuck I wanted to do in my 20s. It's like, gee, I chose to be irresponsible. Like I chose to do dumb shit.
Yeah.
And even through all of that, I'm like, gee, it's going to be a point where I have to smarten up my decision making. I have to not make as many less mistakes.
Yeah.
But while I'm here now,
Yeah.
and it's acceptable, I'm finna be a fucking idiot. And some people truly feel in their heart like I was supposed to do that. You wasn't supposed to do that. You know, you either want to or you don't know any better, and you still end up doing the dumb shit anyway. But it should never be something that you supposed to do.
And I think like the age makes a difference too, because right now you talk about like choosing to be dumb in your 20s. As a nigga in his 20s, like that sounds dumb to me.
Yes.
And so like it's some shit that like my friends my age now might do, and I'm gonna say, hey, that's kind of dumb.
Dumb as hell.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's it. That's some shit we might go fuck up together. We talking about investing in this shit. We might buy the wrong fucking building. Mm-hmm. That shit might happen.
Yeah.
But like, damn, it was a good idea.
Yeah.
We just fucked up.
Or you could even buy the right building, but it's owned by the wrong person.
It would be me.
No, I'm just saying for the situation.
Oh, yeah, I'm saying
like we went in business with the wrong people.
Oh, yeah. I'm with you. Okay, yeah. I'm like, nigga, I'm the wrong nigga. Yeah.
So, with the whole young people making mistakes and that being encouraged, because I don't think that is not encouraged. It's pretty much been encouraged.
100%.
Right?
Yeah.
And then we talk about the cost of mistakes. And certain mistakes have different costs. Like if I was to slap you, I'm not going to go to jail for 15 years.
Nah.
You feel me? But I might get some type of consequence.
My cousins are gonna jump you.
Cool. I'm gonna take that over to 15. But we don't actually talk about when we're the people that encourage and the society that encourages young people to make mistakes. They don't never talk about the consequences. And so when we talk about us today and how we feel about this particular subject, what do we think we want the conversation to change to be? Because I don't think I'm totally against encouraging young people to make certain mistakes while they're young. Like,
I don't
do shit to your credit now so that you can learn credit. Because you're not going to really learn that shit for real until you do some stupid shit.
See, no, I don't think we have to do that, right? Like,
You don't. But if you somebody that don't, like you have to do everything on your own, you can do as much research as you want to, but until you put it in practice, like you just said, we bought the wrong building.
Right.
That's a certain mistake that we made, and we just didn't assess the cost to be how it was, but it still was a cost.
Yeah. So I think like the difference is, and what I think, and the go make mistakes is like we can accept that mistakes will happen.
Yeah.
Right. Like I tell my sisters all the time, like it's okay to say you fucked up, because saying I fucked up is not the same as saying I am fucked up. Like you're not a fucked up person because you fucked something up. Yeah. That's supposed to happen. You're a fucked up person when you won't admit that you fucked it up. That's it. So I think saying accept that you gonna fuck up, know that, and still love yourself. Don't beat yourself the fuck up because you fucked up. I think that can be the message. And while we still are telling people do the best you can. Don't say shit. I got time to fuck up, because no, the fuck you don't. You don't have no time to fuck up. Like. Ever. So sometimes you will. And once you realize you fucked up, luckily at that time, you still got a little more time. Right? But like, don't fuck up. Now, I saying shit. If I got $5 to my name, I'm finna go spend all $5, fuck it, and somebody gonna feed me. No, don't say that, nigga. Like, go somewhere where they got the 2-piece for $2 or something first. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta try, nigga.
Don't come to me asking me, what should you invest in you're 48. Don't come to me now. I'm not going to tell you to do risky shit at 48, but I will tell you to do that at 24. That's what I mean when I'm saying, fuck your credit up maybe when you're younger. Don't do that shit when you're older. It's too late.
Shit, I tell you when you're 48. Because if you're a 48-year-old and you asking me this type of shit, you already gone, bro. You already gone.
Go ahead and put $1,000 down on this Dogecoin. So
nigga, let's sports bet. Fuck them coins. We finna gamble, nigga.
Yeah. But I think the severity of the mistake makes a difference too. Yeah. Also along with the age, because like it's some shit that like at 15 you could classify as a mistake that at 25 you can't, right? And then it's some shit that even at 15 you did that bad enough. Like that's who you are. Like, and I don't ever want to see who you gonna become. Like, and that's it.
Say that shit again, Cal.
Yeah.
Say that shit again, Cal.
Like, really?
Like, this was a light.
I don't want to see who you going to become. Yeah.
I'm going to get a little personal with what you just said.
Oh, shit.
That is a fucking bar. And you my nigga for saying that. I don't personally like to date any girl that had a whorish past.
Whorish, define the.
Now, if I said I was gonna get called all kind of misogynistic, they was gonna tell me I don't get no bitches, no way. All that's men can't say shit like that. I'm happy you said it. Look, you know what gets me right? They would talk about the past don't matter.
Yes,
right?
the fucking
but
do.
Look, the thing, sexual history is the only thing that they will say don't matter about the past. Everything else, like we celebrate people every day for shit they did in the past. That shit was yesterday, right? Like you won the championship this year. Joe Biden just had the Celtics. They won that championship 4 months ago. Why we give a fuck? If the past just don't matter, everything about moving forward, right?
Right.
Like, it's not the case. You treat people well because of shit they did in the past. You treat people bad because of shit they did in the past. If you know a motherfucker was a pedophile, but he saved and he don't touch kids no more, you give a fuck. Because you want to know, why did you touch fucking kids, right?
Yeah.
So I want to know why you touched all them niggas.
Yeah. And that's a valid question. Now,
you're going to have to tell me, you're going to have to be detailed when you go, I'm changed and delivered. Like, how do you get changed and delivered from doing shit like that?
what I can say is
it.
your body count won't matter as much as the history does. Who was the niggas you was fucking? How many niggas does matter. But if I had to scale it, the history matters more for me if the niggas that you chose to fuck.
So
And the type of relationships y'all share.
Yeah, you was just fucking just one night stands and that's why you got 10? No.
I'm
But
good.
if you
Got
was
10.
fucking and you was in long-term relationships and you got a smooth 5, okay, that y'all gonna fuck. You feel me? Y'all understand. You just had 5 of them.
So
Yeah.
how many?
you're 5 and 10. Like I don't like. You think those are like realistic numbers?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I'm like,
Well, they are for me. I've only been with 3 people. I'm 27.
That's
Shout out to
great.
you.
Yeah, man, that's great.
yeah, you know,
That's good pussy management.
Great pussy management.
Okay, keep going.
that's
Keep
good or
going.
bad depending on how you look at it.
That's a
Nah,
good
it's
FICO
definitely
score
good.
right
That's
there.
definitely good.
Yeah.
That's a good PICO
The-
score right there. You know, that's
Yeah,
PICO.
the
You know.
thing-
Your ass stupid.
Like when you were saying, Pico, I didn't even get it.
See, that's what I'm saying. You know, you
get
gotta
it.
listen, man.
I might be
Yeah.
a whore to an Amish, but
Oh, you definitely a whore to an Amish.
Yeah.
Got more than 2, my nigga? Yeah, bro, you slutting it out. That's a gangbang to them.
Yeah, you were saying it's about like who the niggas are.
yeah.
To me, like it's less about that because like there's never gonna be a nigga that was acceptable.
Okay, I
Right?
can feel that.
So
I can
I'm
feel
never
that.
gonna be like, oh, okay, yeah, you fucked him. I get it. No. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying? Like,
okay, not who the
Now,
nigga
it's
was.
definitely
I'm
gonna be
saying
some
the-
like it's gonna be some you fucked him. Hell no, you gotta get away from me.
Yeah.
Right? Like, cause it's like it's some like that's what you like. You don't like me then,
Oh,
right?
okay,
Like
okay.
it's gonna be some of those. Like I don't like I like black women and black women only.
Yeah.
Facts.
Right? I like black women where both of their parents got to call each other niggas. Those kind of black women.
Both parents are niggas.
But both of their parents could say it to each other.
Okay,
and
got you.
That's
got
what
you.
I'm saying.
Okay,
Shit,
got
the
you. I got you.
grandparents can say
Right.
it to each other.
Right.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like those kind of black women.
Okay.
And out of those black women, I only like the ones who don't like white boys.
Okay.
That
Right.
matters too.
So it's like once I know you was fucking white boys, it's over with.
That's what
right.
that's what I
You know
mean,
what I'm
Cal.
saying?
Like I'm not
Right.
too worried about your body count. I'm more so worried about
Like the specifics.
Yes.
See, right. See, my
Yes.
thing. Every single one of them, I'm gonna be like disgusted. So don't tell me no shit like that.
Uh-huh.
I
No,
don't
you
even wanna
gotta
know.
tell me. I have
You
to know.
Now, if it's somebody that I know, that you know I know, because obviously it might be somebody I know that you don't know I know, right? And that's cool. You gotta let me know that so I don't go around getting blindsided because niggas are real disrespectful. Niggas will you pull out with somebody. Oh yeah, boy, me and her used to fight. Now I either gotta leave or I gotta fight you, right? So like, and that's the thing that a lot of women don't quite realize about their past. Like I can't go everywhere with you
And
because
they don't
I'm
even-
gonna be in bad situations because the same reason that you didn't want to keep fucking that nigga because he childish, obnoxious, or whatever. You think he not gonna be childish, obnoxious with me?
And he
Like-
100% will.
Yeah,
I
right,
had
like-
this talk a few times.
Like, yes, the
and
fuck
they don't
he
even
is.
got to be that overt on some. Oh, that's your girl. I fucked her.
Right, it don't
It
even
could
be
be
that.
a nigga could be a bartender and see y'all together and just do some hoe shit.
To your drink.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, you know
give you a
what I'm
little
saying?
ice cube.
Hell yeah, give you one eye so when he's serving you, he trip and like spill it or some shit. And then you finna take off on Buddy on some, he fucking with me on some tweak shit. And the whole time he feel away because you with Shorty.
Yeah.
Right.
And she ain't tell you.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, and I think this is one of those things. I think it's a slight double standard with when they talk about the men and the women. But like, I think if I say it's women's fault that there's a double standard, then that's gonna sound wrong to everybody. But if I say women accept men's bullshit, y'all all understand exactly what I'm saying, right? Because my thing is, I tell my little sisters, it ain't never nobody that you should like enough that they should make you feel like you need to compete for their fucking attention, right? So the fact that women do that shit naturally and feel great about being the one that got chose or whatever, that's on you. Cause I don't want to be the nigga that got chose.
Oh God.
You everybody else got the fuck. I gotta go on dates. I gotta do all this shit. Like you want a relationship out of me?
Yeah.
I don't want to be that nigga. So the fact that you want to be that woman, that's on you. You created the double standard. So when they say, "Oh, men get to do this, why can't women?" No, neither one of us should. Y'all accept it. That don't mean that I will, because I shouldn't, and y'all shouldn't. Because like, why you think the nigga who needed a new girl to fuck every week that he is gonna get stuck with you and be like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I did this the pussy for the rest of my life." No, it don't happen like that, right? So maybe you shouldn't want to be with that nigga either. But the fact that you accept it don't mean somebody else got to. Men do this all the time. Like I saw like when Remy Ma was cheating on Papoose.
It hasn't been confirmed.
They say, right? I don't know. I thought it was.
It hasn't been confirmed.
That shit been out there so much. But look, because the women was talking about, they was defending it, talking about women take men back all the time. Why can't he? He didn't take, she didn't take him back. What happened with me and this woman don't have shit to do with them, right? So it's like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? You know what I'm saying?
He should take her back now.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what he should do.
I done seen him. They said he cheating now.
Man, this shit ain't never been confirmed, bro.
Broke up.
It ain't never been confirmed.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? So sorry, Remy Ma. Don't diss me. I like your songs. But you know what I'm saying? Like it's shit that women will accept that they think because they do that men should. And if you don't, then you got to be misogynistic or this or that. And it's like, no, like y'all just be going for bullshit too.
Okay.
That's all it is.
Okay.
So y'all went for some bullshit. You think I'm going to go for the same bullshit?
Yeah.
To pay you back for going through the bullshit that I didn't put you through myself?
Yeah.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Sound crazy. There's a good woman out there.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? I got to deal with you. And everybody else know.
Hey, I needed to say that shit when you said, you know, your past does fucking matter. Because it does.
It does.
It matters in jobs. It matters in school. It matters in sports. It matters in credit. It matters in everything. And so, yes, when I'm dating, what the hell you was doing before me matters to me a lot. Because I do think all the shit that you do when you are younger definitely does describe you.
Describe you, have an effect on you, all of that. Like people don't think that, you know, it's just sex. You get up and leave. Like I don't know if I'm all the way on like the soul ties level and shit with all of that. Like that's a little far out there for me. But like what you did every day affects you. Right now, my knees hurt and my back hurt because I hooped on concrete every day. Right? Like, so it's going to be in the fact that you have. After you have sex, sometimes you be tired. I be tired. I go to sleep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that be it. So, like, it has an effect on your body, whether or not you want to admit it. Now, is it going to be, your pussy loose and I can feel it? No.
That's ignorant.
No, you know what I'm saying? Like, of course, it's not that.
Yeah.
But, like, maybe you just don't want to have sex no more.
Yeah.
Maybe shit that I thought was fun to me is regular to you, and now we ain't compatible no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I thought that this was the special.
Hey, I'm rich.
The treat. You talking about? Everybody do it. Oh no, you know, like all kind of shit people be getting exposed to, and not even exposed to like diseases and shit. I just mean different shit. Cause like the first time a woman tried to spit in my mouth, you gotta go home.
Facts.
We ended up together.
I ain't gonna hold you, Cal.
You know what I'm saying?
One of my coins going crazy right now, Cal. We just hit $1.
Oh shit!
Crazy.
Yeah. See.
Okay. So.
My past matters with every single thing that I do in my life.
Yep.
And women think that too. Women always talk about how they don't want the nigga and everybody DMs and everybody likes and all that kind of shit too. So like y'all know what the fuck going on. Like y'all know what it is. You just want to call me a misogynist because you want to be a hoe. Be a hoe and don't care what I think.
And we like hoes. Well, I like hoes.
We like hoes sometimes for some things.
Okay.
We just not getting married. They want you to marry the hoe.
Now, I'm pretty sure the question I have here is redundant, but I'm just going to put it out there. Should there be consequences or restrictions placed on people for decisions they make while they're young? We can go ahead and speed through that.
Hell yeah.
You said, should it be what?
Consequences or restrictions placed on people for decisions they made while they were young.
I don't think restrictions should be placed, but definitely eat them consequences.
So when you're a felon, while you're young, you have restrictions.
Some of the consequences are the restrictions, though. Like,
yeah,
motherfucker, you like the one little boy. There's a real fucking sad story. Put like the parents left the boy and the baby at home, and he put the baby in the oven or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
And right, you saw that. Oh, that's all right. The kid was like 8 or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
But like when I was 8 and I had my little sister, I wanted to hug her and kiss her and shit. It was like, oh, look, this little baby. I ain't think about putting her in no fucking oven.
Yeah.
Right.
Nah.
So it's like it's something about that kid. I don't want to see what he becomes.
Yeah.
So yeah, he needs some fucking restrictions.
Yes.
He needs a lot of them.
Yes.
Like,
Okay, I feel
you
it.
know what I'm saying? Like, so it's about the severity of it. Now, the kid who stole some candy out of Walmart, do he need some restrictions? Probably not. Just like tell him don't do that. You know, scare him a little bit. You know,
Make them write a
But,
letter
like,
to the store.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm following.
yeah, but like some shit, it's a little. Like, I don't believe in like, oh shit, they kids when they turn 18, just let them back out into the world.
No.
Fuck no.
Gee, one of my
Some of these people are fucked up. Like you can't. Some of it's people who I went to school with now who are in jail. I knew was fucked up. We was in 6th grade.
Yes.
Shit, somebody, it was just a
kill
story.
somebody. I could tell. I would say his name. Everybody who went to school with me asked me who I'm talking about. Who when we was in 6th grade, y'all asked me.
Did y'all see the story where the baby mama cooked her kids?
Huh?
Yeah,
She cooked her kids.
Yeah, I just seen that. Yeah.
And like everybody was harping on like the
She sent
mom
the
and
video
shit, but
to
she
the-
had a long history of like mental health shit. Like she been, I'm trying to be professional. She's been mentally ill like her whole life. I'm like, who gave her kids?
yeah. I know.
That nigga fucked up.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, she fucked up, but I'm like, who gave her kids? It's a known, documented mental illness here.
See, I didn't see all the backstory.
That's why your
I
past
don't know,
matters.
but it's definitely possible, and that's the scariest shit about life. Like you don't know everybody's backstory, and they won't fucking tell you. Like, because there's some shit like you can have a bad history of mental health, and if I don't see that shit, and I'm not thinking to ask you, hey, you used to be in an asylum. Who asked somebody some shit like that? You know? So like. Dude may or may not know. I don't know how bad hers was specifically.
Yeah.
But I do know that she put him in the oven and sent him a video of the shit. Like, that's insane. You know.
Yeah. So you actually touched on something that I was gonna bring up in a later episode of some shit I learned while recovering from my surgery. But we can end the episode on this one piece and I'll tie it in my take on it. So season 7.
Did you ever confirm that it was not a sex change surgery for the listeners?
No, I didn't really care to do so.
No, just
Yeah, T got that big dick now. Tell him about it.
People thinking that we're a Trump
I
support
don't.
podcast.
Oh
so
yeah,
it
they
seems
definitely.
like
I mean,
No,
no,
they
they
think
think I'm
he's
a
a
Trump
Trump
supporter.
supporter.
Yeah, and we sitting here with them.
It
It ain't gonna
because
rub off though.
I think that
hope,
I think
you
that's
know.
good for the pie. If we could be Trump, Kamala,
Yeah,
and we
plus
can
it
still
shows
pie together,
diversity, you know?
let
It's a
them think
diverse
that. Let them think that.
podcast.
Let them think that.
Even though I
Hey.
voted for Dr. Dre and Kamala Harris, I'm a Trump supporter.
Club culture fans, I don't believe no shit like that. Don't come around me supporting no Donald Trump. Anyway, I just wanted to let niggas know.
No,
Obviously,
you know,
they be a
facts.
little confused.
I already made my little post on Facebook. You better not come around me and I know you voted for that nigga. If
No.
you voted for that nigga and you did not vote, fuck you. Especially if you did not vote.
Yeah, I'm more on you if you didn't vote.
If you didn't in Illinois, I'm not that mad.
I'm mad. I'm
We-
mad. I'm mad.
We knew that Kamala's go with Illinois. She always do. Now Indiana, where y'all live at? Yeah, y'all need to be mad at some niggas.
You know, when the
Y'all
summer
got some niggas to be mad at.
when the summer comes around and some events don't happen in the city this summer because a certain representative don't want it to happen and he vocally made it known that he don't want it to happen. I don't want to hear no what happened. It tripping.
Yeah. So I wanted us all to go around and name one adversity that we are proud we overcame.
Ooh, y'all go first, please.
Damn.
Cortland, you want to go first?
One adversity that I'm proud I overcame. Like, are we like a one word description?
Do your
Like,
thing.
Yeah, like what's
Yeah.
overcoming? Because like I've been shot at before,
Okay.
Yeah.
and like I get I don't like to use the word overcame.
I mean, you.
Did you die?
No.
You overcame that motherfucker. Hey, you did your thing.
Well, I would
See,
say
I don't know. That don't count for me.
There was a battle and you didn't lose.
Yes.
I feel it. Well, it wasn't really a battle I was running.
What's a different
That's-
word for these
that's the
niggas so they
battle.
don't so they ain't tripping over overcame?
You saying something you
say a
proud that
situation.
you've been through and you not in no more. That's
Or
all
obstacle.
it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
The bullet's not still flying.
I feel that. still think it's weak though.
Name something you grew. You saw some growth in yourself.
Man, Trent, go ahead.
I would say my ability to not respond to certain like situations or scenarios like as they're happening. I didn't respond the wrong way, I would say, and I was able to, not be prideful in a scenario and not be, not respond with the same energy that they, put out there and stuff like that. And I was able to like bounce back from that and really, make my own path, I would say.
Okay.
So
I feel it.
I'm proud of that.
I say my biggest one was transitioning out the military.
Transitioning from a woman to a man?
Transitioning out of, to a civilian.
Oh, okay. All right.
Don't assume my gender. What are we doing here?
Okay.
Is this not a progressive podcast? You just going to assume my gender?
You've said it many times. You're
sexist pig.
Okay.
You cishet.
You got it. You got yours.
That ain't how you say that, right?
We know. That's all we skipping.
Hey, okay.
Hey, shout out all my gay niggas, man. I ain't shout out my niggas this episode.
I always struggle with this quite a bit because most people who know me would think my answer is supposed to be cancer, right?
Mm-hmm.
You had cancer?
Yeah.
Nigga, what's worse than that?
That's
AIDS?
That's the
I don't
struggle.
know. It's a lot of shit. I'm sorry.
That's a pretty up there, bro.
Respectfully.
Yeah. See, the thing is, I didn't. Even while I was going through it, after I was over, found out I was cancer free and everything. Like people wanted to celebrate and things like that, but like I didn't feel like I did shit. I felt like I didn't die, right?
Okay.
And it didn't feel like I had accomplished anything. It just felt like, all right, I went to the doctor. I did what I was supposed to. I sat down, and it felt very strange to celebrate because there were people who, when I first started chemo, who I saw, who I didn't see anymore by the time I finished, and I know they didn't ring no fucking bell.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like it feels crazy to say that's something to be proud of, like that I did something, because I don't feel that way. I feel like I was lucky. However we look at it, well, I was lucky I caught it in time. I was lucky with the kind that I had. I was lucky that I had insurance to be able to go get the shit checked to figure out what it was. I was lucky that I didn't have very bad symptoms when I was sick and all that. Like while I was going through treatment, I was able to get up and live my life the way I wanted to. I feel like that I didn't feel like I did anything. Because it's like when I feel like I accomplished something, I'm competitive, so sometimes it'd be like, yeah, I did some shit that you niggas couldn't do.
Yeah.
I feel it.
With that feels like a crazy thing to feel that way about, right? Like, because it's not that. It's not that I did something that they couldn't do.
I feel like instead of lucky, you should use the word maybe grateful. Cause like you was watching people go through and not ring a bell and you rung yours, so it's like shit.
Oh yeah, I'm incredibly grateful, but I think I was lucky to be in a position to have something to be grateful for.
Right.
Like, and I think that's it. So I'm definitely I wake up, I'm happy to be here all the time. That's why now like I don't do anything I don't want to do ever with anything in my life. Like I don't. When I'm saying you don't have time to fuck up, I truly feel like that. Right. Like it definitely has changed my view on a lot of things in life. And I've always been a mature person anyway, so a lot of people who know me might not really understand the changes. And until I point out things, like you would notice it then at that point. But it's just that, like, I feel like I was definitely lucky to be in that position because things could have been so much worse. Saw them be so much worse for a lot of people. And like, it was fucked up for me. I think something that made it real bad, Freeway, the rapper.
Right.
His daughter, who was real close to my age, she passed away from cancer right around the same time that I finished all my treatments. And it was like, damn, I'm supposed to be happy. The shit just don't feel like that.
Yeah.
So like saying like I feel like it was something I overcame, it's like, well, yeah, I'm not sick no more. I'm super fucking happy I'm not sick. I feel great. But it didn't feel like I did shit. I just went to sleep and woke up again. And that was it.
You know, like
sometimes that's enough.
Doctor. Yeah,
that's a lot. That's a lot too. That's a lot in itself.
Yeah, but it's just like every day, like when you look at a lot of the other things that I've accomplished in life, that people have always told me that they've been proud of me for, and all of that. It felt like that's what I was supposed to do, right? Well, it was like go to school, or shit, or it was play basketball, do it well, whatever. It was like, well, shit, if I shot the ball, I was supposed to go in. The teacher gave me some homework, I'm supposed to do it, right? Like that was it. So a lot of the times, the things that I'm supposed to be proud of, it just don't be feeling like that to me, because to me it still feel like I'm on the way where I'm going, right? So it's like even like when I finished college at Dominican, I knew I was done there because I got accepted into law school. So yeah, I'm happy I believe in Dominican because I did like Dominican, but I didn't feel like, oh shit, I'm done, I accomplished something. It was always just the next step to get somewhere. Yeah. Even finishing law school, when I do finish, I'm sure I'll be a lot happier than I was when I finished undergrad. But it still, at that point, just feels like this the start of actually getting niggas out of jail.
I resonate with that a lot. I still feel that way for a lot of stuff with whatever I got going on. But I do take the moments to be proud of the shit that I have done, even if it's still work not done.
Yeah, I try to. It's hard. I guess that's something I'm learning how to do, how to be proud of accomplishing a part of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think as black kids, we're not taught to be proud of stuff that's like, I don't like to use the word like positive or shit, but like we're not taught to be proud of like a fish for swimming type shit. Like if you get good grades, you're supposed to get good grades. If you do good on the basketball team, you're supposed to do good. Yeah. Your parents not finna, they should, but they not finna, oh, you got straight A's, I'm finna do wah.
Yeah, we only value monetary gain.
Yeah.
See, and I was lucky enough. I did have parents who value shit like that. Like report card days, I was always going Nike Town, downtown. I'm going to get some Jordans.
That's hard.
Every time, right? Like, but I also both of my mother's parents were both educators. My grandfather, who passed in July, is an educator. My grandmother lived in the house with us up until she passed. Was also a teacher. I couldn't come home and not do my homework. There's a teacher in the house, right? So it was some shit that. For like, I see there are the kids where it's not rewarded. And for me, it was rewarded, but it also was the expectation. Like, nigga, this is what you have to do. Right. If my Grammy sitting at the table grading papers, how the fuck am I not doing homework? Yeah. You know, like, you got to do it. So, and that was it. It was always just taught, like, do your homework first, then you got the rest of the day, do what you want to.
Facts.
So I would run home, get through that shit. Easy. Cool, now I'm done. So, like, that's always been my attitude with everything. Handle your shit first. And then you can go have fun and go do whatever the fuck you need to. That's why, like, today, I didn't eat. I said I was hungry as hell. I'm like, nah, we're going to finish this, and then I'll go.
Yeah.
So when I get something to eat, I could eat, sit down, relax, take my shoes off, and if I fall asleep, I'm cool.
That's actually fucking, like, that's something that I'm going to say you have to work on, because I know that I do the same thing, and it's not good.
Yeah, it's not.
I will go to many basketball practices knowing I'm hungry, and I'm not eating until it's done. I got to get through this practice first.
Yeah, you know, so
it's like a gift to yourself.
Yeah, like that reward at the end. Like, okay, cool, I finished it. Now I can do shit. It's like you should reward yourself.
Be a reward.
Or reward yourself with the weed, not the food.
Yeah,
right. Like it got to be something else. Like the shit that you need, your necessities. Don't hold that for yourself. It could be something else. You know.
And you wild for going to basketball practice.
No, I still do it today.
Did we all hoop in here?
Huh?
Did we all hoop?
Not his weak ass.
Oh, you know?
Yeah, not me. I was running the streets.
He was a weak nigga. He was running.
I was running the streets in the band.
Yeah, you know, so it'd be that. So it's like, excuse me, it's definitely. I don't want nobody to take it the wrong way, but like, man, Phil, I'm not proud of beating cancer. Like, man, I'm happy to be here every single fucking day.
Yeah.
And because of that, that's why this shit don't feel like an accomplishment, because it's like, nigga, the alternative is not being here. Right? Like,
oh, bro,
you know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. I want to live. I'm living. That didn't feel like I did shit. You know what I'm saying? Like. It's that. So definitely extremely grateful that my life is where it is right now.
Okay.
Well, to give you the benefit of the doubt, I think, like, you know, a lot of people consider it, and it's just me going off, you know, family members that I've seen battle cancer. Yeah. They claim that a lot of it is a mental game. A lot of people actually, like, feed their cancer with, like, fear and stress and, like, a hopelessness. Yeah. So for you to be so resilient and persevere through that, that's also a victory in itself, you know?
Yeah, I appreciate that. I do think that's part of it. Like, I think, so, like, short story, like, the day I found out that I was sick, I went to a party that night. Because I looked up what kind I had, I saw the shit said like 95% survival rate. I'm like, fuck am I here crying for? I called my boy.
Like, nigga, I'm
Leon.
good.
I told him, I'm like, look, bro, they talking about I got cancer. I'm good though. We still finna go to the party. We did.
Yeah.
You know, so like there never was a day for me that I felt like I wasn't gonna make it.
Yeah.
It never would like a day where I felt like, oh shit, this the end of my life, no shit like that. I remember like when I told my sisters I was sick, I told them like, I'm still y'all big brother. I need y'all to ask me for as much shit as y'all ask me for all the time. I'm like, until I can't do it, I want to be able to do it. Like, don't treat me like I'm sick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, and so it was that. Like, I always, and the whole time I was cool. Like, everything they asked me to go do, I was walking in parades with my sister. She playing the drums, all kind of shit like that. I was happy, and that was hot as fuck that day, you know. But I was happy that it was hot as fuck, and I was still able to get up and do it.
Yeah.
So I do think like the mental part can have a part in it for sure. It's just like any day you feel down, you feel sad, that shit gonna hit you. You know,
And all your supporting characters too. Like, you know, not only did you check yourself, but your environment.
Yeah.
So it was positive energy all around.
Yeah. But I definitely, I'm proud I'm here, y'all.
I'm proud of you too.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that, Cal.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I thought I was gonna be the one with a pretty layered response.
Yeah, you know, I tried to get y'all to go first. I didn't want to say it twice. You know?
I mean, I didn't want to go first because I knew mine's a little layered.
Yeah.
Well, everybody already know the ending of season 6. I was going to be getting surgery,
On her dick.
and I'm out of surgery. You know, we're here, we're shooting. I am done with recovering. Like, I wouldn't say I'm done, but I'm not as fucked up as I was.
You sound better.
Thank you.
You don't sound like Gucci Mane
Thank you.
no more.
Hey man, drop a comment if I sound good.
You definitely sound better. You definitely sound a lot better.
And I'm grateful for that, because that was why I was speeding up this shit. She was trying to push my surgery date back. I was like, no, I need to sound good
we
again.
need this
I need
now.
to get yeah. My skin too. I've been doing, you know, treatments on my skin. I think I have pictures that I could show when I was doing the pod like 5 months ago, 5-6 months ago, to what the shit look like now. Getting myself together for this damn podcast.
Okay, glow up then.
And I want to say the adversity that I endured during this whole learning about what I had going on with myself, physically, health-wise, and then recovering from it. I am so grateful that I overcame the mental warfare that I put myself through. Because this surgery was the biggest lesson that I took away from being 26. A lot of people, they soon learned that I was someone that stood on business. Like, I am exactly who I say I am. If I say I don't fuck with you, even if you my favorite cousin, I don't fuck with you. And there's nothing we can do to repair that shit, bro. That's it. A lot of people has learned that is of me to be like, and I thought that was me. Like, I really thought I stood on business. But after going through that whole surgery and pre and post-op, and just not seeing the people be there that I thought would be there to be of support, really turned me really cold. Like, I really stand on business now. Like, I don't fuck with anybody. Don't say you see me with somebody, or you are, what about, how's so and so? Don't ask me about nobody if it ain't about Tamaya. I don't fuck with a lot of people that you thought I used to.
That's why I fuck with you, gang. You gonna walk into a room and slap your dick on the table.
The one I changed.
The one you changed to, you don't fuck around.
Facts.
I fuck with selfish people.
I'm so glad I'm at this point now. I'm so glad that I'm really selfish now, because I was so giving. Instead of, like, hospital bills, crazy for me now. I'm the bank for my family. I am not that anymore. I'm so grateful for that.
Oh, let's go, T.
Because none of them hoes put
wait a minute.
None of them hoes put any fucking effort to anything that had to do with me.
Even Lucky?
None of them hoes
Oh my God.
did anything for Tamaya while she was sick. So I'm so grateful.
Just don't want to call them hoes.
None of them hoes
God damn it, T.
did anything for Tamaya. And I am so grateful that I am here mentally. Because having that expectation that people care about you, or prioritize you or love you really fucked me up when I was recovering.
Mm-hmm.
To the point where I was like trying my hardest to change my like outcome coming out of being under that knife. Like I wanted to die.
Mm-hmm.
Just so I could hurt everybody that I thought was supposed to be there for me. Because I know how much they care about me. And if I die, they're going to be so hurt. And I want to see them hurt because I'm hurt. And so I'm so glad I got over that mentality of wanting to see myself die soon.
Mm-hmm.
Just to hurt niggas.
Yeah.
Because that wasn't a good mentality to have.
Nah.
Well, now you could boss up and hurt them. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck all you niggas.
Put your dick on the table.
Man, I definitely understand. Because, like, when I was sick, most people didn't find out I was sick until I found out. Like, I posted on my birthday, hey, y'all, I beat cancer this year.
Literally, this nigga went ghost. And I know I've reached out to Khyle because I just randomly reached out to Khyle sometimes just to ask some shit.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like that. So like during that time, like it was a lot of people. It's relationships like I'm still trying to figure out how I'm supposed to repair to this day because I ignored people because most people that have relationships where we have like a close relationship, right?
Right.
So like when they ask me how I'm doing, I know they want the real answer.
Right.
I can't fucking lie to you and tell you that I'm not sick and I am.
Yeah.
So it's people who I just didn't talk to.
Yeah.
I'm just like, and I'm like, okay, cool. So by the time I tell everybody, I know they'll understand why I wasn't answering the phone, right? Yeah. But there were a select few people who had to know, like my boy Leon, he was driving me back and forth to the doctor because I didn't want my parents to know I was going because I didn't think I had shit. So I'm like, cool, like let me and bro gonna figure this out, and I'll be cool.
Right.
You know, I don't have to worry about telling them nothing until I realized I did. That took a long time too, but it was because I didn't have the expectation of these people are going to take care of me. Mm-hmm. It felt even crazier when the few people who did know, when it's like, damn, I haven't talked to this person in a real long time, and this person does know what's going on. And it felt real lonely because it was a bunch of people who I didn't talk to on purpose. Yeah. Like I told the story before, I think on the podcast, it was this girl I really fucking liked at that time. Like I didn't see a flaw in this girl at all. Mm-hmm. I did not say a word to her because I couldn't tell her nothing. And it was fucked up because the party I went to was at her house that day. Yeah. It was at the party was at her house. I found out that day. I didn't tell her that day of the party. I was planning on telling her soon. Right. That weekend, she told me she caught COVID. At this point, that was when everybody still didn't know too much. They was worried about the underlying causes and shit. So I'm so fucking scared. Like she talking about, damn, she caught COVID at the party I was at. I got cancer. I'm scared as hell. I couldn't tell her no shit like that. I'd never talk to the girl again. Mm. Like, to this day, if she called me, I'm going to answer the phone quick as hell. Like, right now, I'm going to say, I got to go wrap this shit up for me. But, like...
Shit, where she at? Let's get on the phone.
She went back to fucking California because she had no reason to stay here no more.
Hey, Cali Bay, come back.
You know, but it was like that. So, when the people who did know weren't there in the ways that I thought they would be, like, just naturally, just regular shit. Like, it was people who, like, I felt like I talked to them less than I did before I got sick. It was like, damn, like, even if it's not just the I'm calling to check on you, see how you doing. Like, we don't have nothing else to talk about, nigga. Like, nothing regular. Yeah. You know, like, the shit felt very lonely. Yeah. Like, and I understand it, and it's different. I can imagine it hurting more when you did have the expectation. Versus it was like with me when I got sick, I told everybody, like, look, you know, this is some new shit for all of us. I ain't never had a brother who had cancer before. So I can't tell you how to react to your brother having cancer. You know what I'm saying? And that was why I didn't want to tell everybody. Yeah. I wanted to make sure I had room for the people who needed to have that room. Right? So it's like I got an older sister, she is very worrisome. I needed her to be able to call me every day if she needed to. So I didn't want extra phone calls from aunties I ain't seen in years and shit. I need to leave this line open for my sister if she needed to call me. Yeah. She didn't. She did better than I thought she was going to do. But it was like, I was trying to leave a room for them. Mm-hmm. So the few friends who did know, and it was like, damn, y'all, I ain't hear from y'all. I ain't talked to y'all. I ain't seen y'all. Like, yeah, that shit hurt my feelings. And it I can only imagine how much more that would hurt if it was my family. Yeah.
When we talk about stupid shit, like, now that I'm past that feeling, that shit's stupid.
Yeah.
Like,
you know,
like, and that's why these hoes, like, that shit's stupid. wanting that for a loser. That's stupid.
Right. You know, so it's like sometimes like it could be tough. Like it was like some months when I was going through treatments, I did not speak to my dad.
Yeah.
Not a single word until he came to the last day of my chemo and I was ringing the bell. My family came, they surprised me and shit. And I was like, oh, this is nice. Yeah, I brought my sisters with me. That was who I picked. I love the rest of y'all. Yeah, they knew who I brought, right? You know, so it was them. But everybody ended up showing up. My brother walked in the room first. I'm like, what the fuck you doing here? Then my big sister walked in the room. I'm like, damn, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Then I left the treatment. My mama outside. I'm like, oh shit, you know. So it was a big thing. It was cool. It was nice. But like we didn't speak for months.
Mm-hmm.
During that time, he was telling people like, oh man, it's the worst time in his life. He need his father around, this and that. And I'm like, I'm actually over here pretty cool. Like I'm chilling. I'm cool. You know, it's like I'm all right. But I get the feeling of feeling like just how tough it is. Feel like you got to disconnect from your family, especially at a time like that. Yeah, right. Like you hate that has to be the decision. For me, it had to be the decision because like I got bigger shit to worry about. Yeah, you know. Yeah, and I'm gonna worry about that. But it's like for you, when especially you're in that recovery process, you just feeling stuck. Like, damn, there is nothing else for me to just go focus on right now.
Exactly. That's why I took it so hard, because I'm so used to never needing help. Like, I do everything for everybody else. Everybody come to me to help. Yeah. And I actually, a great thing that I was talking to my homie China, shout out China, she got me to decipher between help and assistance. A lot of us need assistance. We don't need help. Help is something we can only do for self, right? When you helping someone, that person is not able to do shit at all. Like, when a person can't walk, they don't have legs. They need help to walk. Right. But if they have legs and they just fractured or sprained an ankle, they just need assistance. Right. Right? That's the easiest way to describe the difference between both words. Right. I needed help at that time. I did not need assistance. Yeah. And I know that I've given many people assistance, the people that I'm upset with, a lot of assistance. They would say it's help because they know that they damn near needed that shit, but I'm going to call it assistance to be nice. And I couldn't get even assistance. Right. So.
Yeah. Well, now you back. You better. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. New dick, new tea. Who this? Facts. New dick, who this?
Facts.
You know?
Yeah. With all that being said, man, whenever you go through a season of abandonment, like, don't look at it as people leaving. Look at it as room being made. You know what I'm saying?
All facts.
You can't fit two caterpillars in a cocoon, you know, but you emerge as something new. Damn, you emerge with a new nature.
Shit, Cortland.
You know what I'm saying? And you don't crawl no more. You fly. So you can't move the same way you used to move.
You just made this up right now? You read this somewhere or something? Yeah, this off the top?
This off the top. This off
the freestyling, man. Damn, nigga. About, man.
Damn, nigga.
You know, when to piggyback off Cortland, man, you can't fit two dicks in the condom.
Oh, shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
You got to make room.
Yeah, man.
Got to make room for the dick.
So you got your gym, because I'm letting it be your gym. Do you have a gym to drop for this episode?
If I didn't already, catch me again. That's the nice one. Season 7, I'm here.
Facts. Okay.
Y'all caught something I said by now. Shit, if you didn't, you just ain't going to.
That's fine, because I double down on my dick. Oh. Duck dick. Gym.
Nah, if I got a gym, hey, this is crazy.
You can say your gym, I'm done, bro. I said dick too many times.
If I got a gym, it's education matters.
Yeah.
Value education. All that shit. And don't let nobody think you not cool for knowing how to read. I promise you, not knowing how to read is way less cool.
Gee, yes, bro. Matter of fact, hey, fuck that. Dick gym stays. But get your fucking library card.
I got my library card as a Illinois resident now.
Let's go, man. That's the fuck I'm talking about, man.
Yeah.
Big
My
dick T out here reading.
My shit expired. But they got guest passes and shit. You don't even
do.
Y'all go to the library. That's what I'm going to say.
Please get y'all card.
You ain't even gotta go.
You don't even gotta go, because you can get the Libby app and then you scan your library card in there and boom.
Well, if you in Chicago, you get you an e-card and you can rent out audiobooks just offline. You ain't even gotta go to the library.
Go
if you don't got the money for that, you can pirate books like I do and upload them to your Kindle app.
It's free.
Same. It's free.
It's free. The library's free, bro.
I even got a free library of books. Wow. Like, hit me
no
for books.
Dan. No excuse.
No excuse.
No excuse, bro.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't y'all hate when like niggas that can't read want to text all the time?
Man.
Like, you're not putting yourself at a handicap?
You had said something earlier, Cortland, in this episode, and I was gonna restate it as my gym.
Money, basketball, Drake. Go far. Motivation.
No. But I'll just say this. I'll just say
the can't fit two
dicks in
Can't fit two dicks in
No,
the
that was him.
Okay.
No, don't let them pervert your message, man.
Right.
He did it.
I didn't pervert it. It was fire. I just piggybacked off of it and watered it down. You know, not everybody know what a caterpillar look like. More people probably know what a dick look like than a caterpillar.
All I'll
don't
say
doubt
is to wrap up this episode, my gem is you are all that you really have. You got, relationships that you can maintain. But when it comes down to survival, your needs, you are the only person that you really have. And so you really got to make sure that you're good. Prioritize self. And then after self, you could choose whatever the fuck you want that else to be. But you have to stand on that and prioritize self. That's my gem.
I hope one day we can elaborate on that. Because I know it got to be like bad podcast etiquette to disagree with somebody's gem at the end of the episode when you're trying to wrap up.
Yeah, I was gonna say at least disagree after we wrap because my phone going crazy and I gotta pee terribly.
Yeah, we talk about that later. But
I'm
happy to be here with y'all. I'm happy to see what this season comes
Yeah, Khyle, we fuck with you, man.
Less dicks, hopefully.
What you? Oh no, this nah.
Just a lot of dicks.
Welcome to club culture,
today.
baby.
No, welcome to Jonesy on Club
Welcome
Culture.
to club culture, man.
That was episode 121.
Talk
if you're
about
on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell. And if you're on your favorite streaming platform, thank you for tuning in and make sure you leave us a rating. Peace.
Just watch the damn podcast.